Yeah, okay.
Yo, 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 we are back. XWO, as we like to say, one of the hottest and realest podcasts on Saturday night. Like Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying? Going out there, playing around, fishing with them female pony bots again. He got another one pregnant. We got good brother Live.
Oh,
You know, if he might Bone may pop in. Chaos and Punisher, they should hop in. If not, hey, I'll just keep it flowing. But on this next topic of the day of what Xbox is doing that's good, we're gonna roll it all over into Mr. Good Wire, the mastermind
yeah.
of retarded math.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Hey, what you been playing, man?
Um, I ran back and played Assassin's Creed Shadow, and I was playing. Well, I was going to play that Call of Duty. I think it's the remaster of Call of Duty 2. I think they put in Xbox Game Pass
Oh,
for those who did not know. And I was
yeah, I didn't even start yet.
yeah, I think I downloaded the wrong one. But cause I ain't play that one. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. And messing with Oblivia and of course, Extinction 33. That's a game I'm gonna have to put that on the back burner because it's too many games right now, too many large open world games that want to take up my my attention, pulling me away from other games and stuff. So I think I'm gonna try to stay focused on one game at a time to see how that works. Because I know you playing what 33.
Yeah, I've been playing. I already got to Act One. I don't know. I don't know how many acts there are, but I did. So I did Act One, and man, that joke is crazy, bro. But if you get to the end of Act One, you're gonna be like, damn.
Yo, let me ask you this: what the fuck is that big ass creature that I see under the water, Jordan?
I ain't even get to that.
It's a big
I,
ass creature. And I walk. I said, "Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is that? It's
like,
underwater. It after you get out that palace that's under the water, and I walked around dodging motherfucking. I seen this big ass creature that just standing there. You can't jump off the cliff for nothing. He just standing there, big jaw, moving around.
oh yeah, 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 you can fight them, but you're not strong enough. Like, so I just got old dude. Well, I got the rock that allows him to, flow on the water. But
Okay,
if you try to attack that dude, right? All his hits are like one hitter quitters. So it's like damn near impossible to beat him until I guess your level has to be or you either need some ability or something because you're just not hurting them. Because you'll fight somebody later on and it'll be something similar. It's like you'd be like, yo, I'm hitting this nigga with everything, and he just nigga looking at me like I ain't do nothing.
shit. I seen that thing. I said, yeah, let me turn this off and let me hop back on something else. Cause I like, yo, I know they don't expect me to fight him.
Yeah, now I've been enjoying though. Because the fights aren't they're not that hard. And even if you lose, you can kind of tell where you made your mistakes at. Um, like sometimes it just comes down to countering in the right time. Like because like certain enemies. All right, so you got the enemies that constantly put up shields, right? The ones that stabbed him. So I don't even know if you got that far, but there's one enemy that stabbed itself, and then it creates a shield every time it does it. Like, oh, lower its life, but it increases its shield. So you gotta like shoot at it in order to knock its shield levels off. Um, and then what I do is I usually target those first, the ones that have a bunch of shields on first before I go after like the secondary. Sometimes you just got nothing but those guys that you gotta go after too. But you know, then they also got like further on they got like mini games you can do. You get to certain areas. It's like playing tennis with. It's not really tennis, but it's kind of like playing tennis. But one of them little creature guys, and you hit the raft for a certain amount of times, it'll blow up. But no, that game's fire. Man. That game's fire. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed by how much they have packed into it thus far. I got like what 17 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game's crazy. I haven't played it on Xbox. I played it on GeForce Now, and I played it on XCloud. Yeah, man, that's been crazy, bro. But outside of that, I'm playing that, and what's the other game I'm playing? Oblivion. I ain't really that far in Oblivion, to be honest, though.
Well, I already done shut down like about is it 3 gates? I think I did.
I only did the first one.
Yeah, it gate pops up all around that world and stuff. The amazing part is if you pay for the DLC, the add-on, that's when you're seeing the map opens up bigger, and you're like, what the? Because right now, looking at the map right now, basically as it is or whatever, it's not showing you anything until you progress in the game and you start seeing other parts of the map, or until you buy like all the DLC to it, then you'll start seeing it and stuff. You'll start seeing everything or whatever. You'll be like, yo, what is this? But the game is big.
Yeah.
It's actually big. I mean, graphically it looked good. The physics in the game is not. Hey, yo, what's going on? Other thing, I should bring you in here. Other thing, because Bone off impregnated pony bots and stuff again. He out there impregnating pony bots again. Let him come in and talk your shit. But other than that, the physics wise, the particle effects and all that other stuff. But if you do want to come in, let me know what you think. The particle effects and all that other stuff. It doesn't look. The mechanics of the game still move like the old one. It's like they just gave it a whole new facelift, and add more stories and stuff to it. I said it before. I think Microsoft is showing off. They showing their ass now. Just saying, well, look what we can do. That's they trying to tell Sony this how you can make one. But I still love Oblivion. I still like the way it looks. It's crazy. Since they went for a more realistic approach to that game. But hey, did you ain't go back to Assassin's Creed yet?
Wait, say again?
You ain't go back to Assassin's Creed?
I played. No, I tried to play it via GeForce Now, but it was giving me a situation, so I have to go back and probably play it tomorrow. I don't know why I wouldn't let me in. Come on, tell me it was like a connection issue or something.
Oh, okay, on GeForce.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll try to get back on it. Maybe tomorrow.
Man, we got a lot of games that's out, man. A lot of games that's out now, and
I played Towerborn too.
Huh?
I was playing Towerborn too for a little bit.
How was it?
It's a fast one. You know, it's a bone special. Straight up beat 'em up. It's just like more levels to it as far as like to make it RPG thing.
I know Spidey was telling me about it. Like, yo, it got co-op in it, right? And stuff like that in Tower Born. Yeah, we do have too many games. Other than we definitely do and stuff. But I see. Again, I say this for the PlayStation fans and stuff. He said you sound muffled. That's because he laying down. the, again, for the PlayStation fan and stuff. Listen, you're going to get whatever Microsoft decide to give y'all, and that's that. If y'all think that's the win, and you want to pay $80, $70, $80 for a game, you right. That is a win. It's a win for Microsoft. And I hear that they got Forza Horizon 5 now. One of the best best playing racing simulation or arcade racing game that they have. And it's a shame that they're playing our exclusives more than they play their own exclusives.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
I
heavy
see
play.
I see what he trying to get into. He trying to get into the Series X is going to be $800. Listen here. That PlayStation Pro is going to be like the Series X is going to be like 8. The PlayStation Pro 5 Pro is going to be like 1,000.
I mean, the MSRP has been what it was for a while. It's just they still put deals out, so it
Mm-hmm.
ain't. That don't mean that just because that's what the MSRP says is what everybody's gonna be paying. But yeah, if you're unaware and don't really pay attention to the deals, then okay, yeah, you might get got like that.
Right. Right. I mean, I'm keeping real. We said this before, man. We already have said this. When King Lord Duke Ickthorn, the orange guy, came in and started doing these terrorist fucking war and all this bullshit, we said this already. Like, especially man, you like, yo, don't be surprised if the prices of these games goes up. So I'm not surprised that they hyped up the price of the Xbox because how the manufacturing and the parts and stuff that we get from all these other different countries and stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad. All I'm saying is, and as we said before, you want to stream is going to be $800. You can say whatever you want to say. That's not going to stop people from buying a console. I'm gonna just tell you this: Game Pass looking mighty delicious right now. You're looking mighty fucking delicious right now. Game Pass. And that tells me if Game Pass looking mighty delicious right now, what do Sony have that's going to be appealing for people to buy that console? Because the price of that console, the hype of that console that Sony gonna give you, you don't have no game to complement that console. You have nothing. So being so that you don't have anything to complement that console, I don't know why you would pay for that console. So Sony pretty much shot themselves in the foot by not having no game. You know what I'm saying? They have nothing. It's nothing that Sony is going to be able to do right now. Don't have no game. The price of that console is going up, and I have no idea what y'all going to do. I want to know. I want to know with what's his name? What's other thing best friend? Uh, Colin Moriarty, Dustin Dirty Dustin McGarren. Yeah, live said he might cut out, but the show still must go on. Dirty Ad Des McGarren. Um, who else other than who other people? Um, all these YouTubers who were trying to clown Microsoft, trying to say again, oh well, Microsoft ain't shit. Microsoft ain't gonna have nothing. They go on third party. Well, no, Ryan McCaffrey. Microsoft ain't going third party. I said it before. The PlayStation is a third party box. Yep, Jeff Keighley. None of them have anything to show for it. Yep, the boy that looked like he in a wheelchair, Jazz, the dude with the fat ass head. You know what I'm saying? Like what do y'all have to show for now? There's nothing that nobody can say in the comment. You can't say Sony got this mini console, Microsoft got this, which is a lie. Sony don't have those mini those mini console. Oh yeah, I didn't forget. The Popsicle Crew ran out Thor. Yep, the original Pony Bot. You know, all these games that's coming out and stuff that's going to be in Game Pass. I like to see Ryan McCaffrey and let's go back and run them numbers again. Let's go back and run them numbers on how many subscriptions that Microsoft had for Game Pass. Because if Game Pass is doing well, which it is doing very well, what do you have to say now? Let's see y'all go ahead and try to do your retarded ass math on the number of consoles and subscription that Microsoft have for the Xbox. Because y'all have no problem with playing Xbox games. See, I don't think a lot of y'all know how to do basic math. If Microsoft let y'all have some of their old titles or whatever game that they see fit that they want you to have or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They want whatever game that they want you to have or whatever. What do that tell you? That just tell you that your console don't have nothing. Think about it. The console price is going up and Sony don't have not one damn game to show for it. They have not one personal exclusive that they made for themselves to show for their console. Up they go 100 in the comment section. Probably over there, 100 over there doing How to Train a Dragon. He doing over there How to Train a Pony Bot in Vegas. He's showing them Pony Bot how to be trained. Hey, what's good, Rain? You should hop on in here. But again, what do Sony have to show for to show y'all? They have nothing. They have no games at all for the price hike. And that's what the majority of this conversation is going to be on this podcast tonight. What do y'all have to show to validate your purchase for the price hike of the PlayStation Pro? That's what I want to know. What do y'all have? What can you sit up there and say, okay, yeah, we got price hike, all right, but look at the games we got. What games? Because from what I'm seeing, y'all don't have a damn thing. Y'all not gonna get no. Listen here, let's be honest. They're not going to get no game until the end of this generation. Give or take, which I believe this generation is going to be a little longer. So here you go, Rain. So for all y'all, for all y'all that voted for that crazy dude, this is what y'all get. Y'all get nothing. And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy that y'all not getting anything. Raising up the price of the damn, your console, which is unfortunately, is getting raised. The price of a console is getting raised up, but y'all don't have nothing to show for it. Yeah, I know what I want for Christmas. I want a PlayStation 5 Pro, an overpriced console with old hardware. And we're going to keep it real. Their hardware may be new, but it's still fucking old. It's inferior compared to what Microsoft had. Y'all don't want to admit it, but that's the truth. Y'all have inferior hardware, and you're over here trying to do jumping jacks for Jesus for hardware that's bullshit. As Bone like to say, the pisser, they took the fucking pisser out. And now you don't have no games. Prices is going up. You don't have Xbox Live. And they took out one of the main key feature of that console, which is the pisser. There you go, right? Which is the pisser. Y'all don't have nothing. So that means tell me that y'all gonna be sitting home in a hot ass room with no AC on with a console. Even if the AC is on, that fucking room gonna be hot as hell because you're gonna turn on that jet machine that you got that have no game. And the only thing that you have to show for is to say, yay, let's play some Microsoft game. And that's cool. I'm cool with y'all playing Microsoft game. I'm cool with that, but that's all y'all have. That 90-something game, y'all sit up here and y'all listen to all these dickheads on YouTube, as we like to say in Philly, fucking dickhead. Y'all listen to these fucking dickhead, and look what they got y'all. They got y'all no game. You had so many people doing the worm, doing the slide and all that other shit, sliding, backsliding and shit from the Xbox, becoming pony bots and shit. For what? Well, I think I'm just gonna buy me a PlayStation then. Fuck that. Microsoft giving their game then shit. I'm just gonna buy me a PlayStation. It's gonna be better. Yeah, right. They gave y'all a PlayStation 5 Pro with no game. I used to say, they gave y'all a upscale box, but it can't be an upscale box when they take away the feature of that console. I mean, it's sad. And we sit here in a party and we talk about all the games that we have, and we have too many games. That's crazy. I'm looking in the store right now. I'm looking at the games that we have and the game that's to come. Sony sit up there and show you these games that's coming to the PlayStation. This game coming to the PlayStation. This game coming to the PlayStation. I see people who be lying like, yeah, Sony got 32 exclusive coming to the PlayStation. No, the fuck they don't. Them goddamn 32 exclusive that you see on this dude Clickbait channel, them games coming to the Xbox. I mean, y'all got. Y'all got. That's what happened. And Microsoft had to show, again, as I say, they were showing a ad, this to be a smart ad, to show you how good Oblivion looked. Let's be honest, they really ain't have to make that. They really ain't have to put out Oblivion. They showing Sony, this is what a remaster look like. Or a remake. Let's show you what it really look like. If they didn't show you already when they show you Halo Master Chief Collection, then they show you with this. Let's show you what this look like. Keep the same mechanic and everything in the game, and we're gonna show you what the game look like graphically, and we're gonna throw a couple more missions and stuff like that in the game, new missions and stuff in there. We're gonna tweak it a little. This is how you make a game. This is how you make a 20-year-old game look. Damn near 20-year-old game look on a Unreal Engine 5. Telling you, man, it's sad because the games that we have, I'm sorry, it's sad. It's sad that the games that we have, and we have to help y'all out. That must be some motherfucking dick sucking out this world for y'all to get the game that they gave y'all. Y'all don't have Forza. Y'all don't have nothing. Here, it will punish you. Y'all have nothing. Y'all have nothing. To be honest with you, y'all have nothing to contribute to gaming. Y'all not the gaming leader in the industry. Y'all not. It was all an illusion. Punisher, what's good, brother?
What's up with you, man?
Hey, man. Just
I'm
sitting up
hearing
here.
like yourself. What happened?
Oh no, Live was in here, but I knew Live was going to bounce because Live was getting sleepy and stuff like that, or not even that. Live not home and stuff. Live told me he was
Okay.
out and about. I think about or either by the time he got home, he went to sleep and stuff. But
Yeah, I think Boss said he went to Vegas somewhere.
yeah, Bone in Vegas and stuff over there playing how to train a pony. Motherfucker over there trying to play how to train a pony and shit. But I'm just talking about how the price hike of these consoles was going up, and Sony don't have nothing to show for it. Like you about to pay $800 for your PlayStation 5 Pro, and you don't have.
Sony raised prices way before this. Didn't they raise prices last year or a couple years ago, something like that?
Yeah, but I'm saying since the PlayStation 5 Pro is the newest box that they threw out, and it was already like, what was it, like 700? I think it was like,
the box is 700 right now.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be 8 something.
Most likely, yeah. It's already 8 something because you get the box by itself, then if you want the disc drive, and then you gotta buy the stand separately.
Woo,
that's already over 800 right there.
Yep, it's going
up. That's before the price hike.
and the Xbox is what? Xbox is like 5, 6.
I think the new price is like 600 for the regular Series X, and then I think it was like 720 for I think the special edition. And with the 2 terabytes.
Right. And think about the games though. That's the thing I'm thinking about. Like the game, how much they going to pay for the game? That's crazy.
For what games?
Oh well,
the PlayStation ain't got no games.
I'm gonna say the third party game. Let's think about the third party game.
Oh yeah, third party. Yeah, they're gonna be paying $80 at least for Microsoft games.
And we got
Microsoft said they're raising it to $80 for the first party stuff. It's up to the third party to raise their own prices.
Stop it. You know damn well we ain't playing that. We got Game Pass. Even listen, dig the move. Even if they raise Game Pass, the price will add up with the value of games that you're getting. Even if they raise up Game Pass subscription, which I heard that they was doing, but that price hike for Game Pass is well worth it with the games that we're getting. We're not paying $80 for the game for people who are invested in the ecosystem with the Xbox. All of us is not going to pay no $80 and stuff. And I see this generation lasting longer, but not only that, I also see also seeing people going out there buying more Game Pass. I see that. I see a lot of
that's
people
a fact too.
Game Pass, and they're gonna shoot straight up. So it doesn't make a difference whether. Hold on, here go good brother Rain.
So I can't even find a deal on Game Pass no more. Man, they done bought all that shit up. I've been looking for like 2 weeks now. I can't find shit.
Good brother Rain. Let them know, though. That's all I'm gonna say. Is just go ahead and let them know. I'm just go ahead and be quiet. Let them know.
Read my name.
Yeah, I mean, I see it.
Sony is a customer.
Sony is a customer. The nigga said Sony is a customer.
Yep. They say in the report that Microsoft is the biggest publisher on the PlayStation Store. That shit's crazy.
That's facts, man. Everybody talking about this price hike, and this make Game Pass more sweeter.
Yep. Speak your truth, good brother. Speak your truth.
Opponents gonna be looking at Game Pass. They're gonna be up there trying to rape Xbox now.
They're gonna go to Walmart and get one of them on Hook Me Up PC just to play Game Pass. I mean, buy Game Pass and play the games on the Xbox. Watch.
So they already doing it.
Yeah.
You didn't see the numbers from Microsoft? It's like Game Pass on PC grew what? Like 40% or something like that?
Then
Damn, I didn't
when
know that.
Forza supposed to go on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh
Forza
shit.
Horizon 5. One of the hottest racing games that they got.
I know, right?
Hey,
And finally,
hey,
nobody talk about Gran
hey,
Turismo no more.
but have y'all noticed that new Mario Kart, they stole a lot from Forza Horizon?
Oh, of course they did.
Can you blame them though? Can you blame them?
That's
If
the same thing that
Microsoft is
Ubisoft
successful,
game did too. They stole from
Since
Horizon.
when? Since when Mario Kart was open world racing? Come on.
I know, but you got to look at it
Never.
like this. If it worked for Microsoft, they say, fuck it, it'll work for us.
But everybody acting like Nintendo doing it like that's some new shit. Like, and
I
that's the shit
know.
I'm tired of.
Right.
Xbox do shit
Mhm.
first, but then they get downplayed. Then when other companies do it, oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, for Nintendo, it's a big thing because they've been making the same
Cause
Mario Kart for the past 30 years. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is the first time they actually tried something different. So
Even though they copying off of Microsoft,
yeah,
they fan base. Oh my God, they never. You know how it is, man. Some people who ain't never play these types of games like that or whatever, far as in the Nintendo fan base to them, they over there doing jumping jack for Jesus over that shit.
my thing is, why the fuck are they charging $80 for it? Though?
Who Nintendo?
I'm still tripping off that. Yeah, Nintendo.
Hey man,
None of
listen to
their
see,
me.
games is worth
see,
$80. None of
I'm
them.
gonna just say maybe it's the trading shit that's going on now. Like
Yeah,
everything is going
yeah,
up.
they like fuck it. We just gonna get in and we just gonna get a slice of this bread real quick. Even though it ain't worth it or it ain't costing us so much to make it, we just gonna still get a slice of that bread. Fuck it, slice of that pie.
No, I feel like Nintendo's gonna do that anyway. Cause they did it with the $70
Hey
when they
man,
raised it up for was it Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?
cause of this price hype shit, it justify what they're doing. That's how they looking at it. Like fuck it, we got a good reason to justify this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh Nintendo, why did shit cost so much or whatever? Oh, because of the trade war.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
that's like you said, that's the
but
excuse
but
they're using. But
Right.
I also believe it's the fact that Nintendo don't have an online presence, so they don't have a game that's gonna keep making money. Like a
Good, J
Halo
Mac.
or Gears. They don't have games that's gonna keep making money. You know what I'm saying? Like online, they don't have that. Like a Fortnite and shit, they don't have them type of games. So that's why their games stay $80, $60, whatever how much they charge, because they don't have an online presence.
but the thing is, most of the games are single player.
Exactly.
So it's
And
like,
plus, I heard that Mario got he still got he got to pay child support for kids that's not his. You know, because he paying for Bowser's children, man. Them Bowser's kids. But he got to pay. He paying that child support.
hmm every time, Princess Peach go on her sneaky link, he chasing after her. Huh?
Yeah,
But I was saying earlier, Rain, before you came in, it's funny that you don't hear too much from you don't hear too much from the usual, as they like to say, the usual suspect that was running around saying all the ridiculous and crazy shit. I don't see people defending the PlayStation like they was doing before.
right.
No, they're not, because like I said, PlayStation have no games. They have nothing. All they're doing is focusing on that, that games as a service type nonsense. So it's
Oh,
like there's nothing really they can defend.
oh,
And the main company they were hating on is the one that's giving them games. Ain't that some shit?
yep.
Yep.
That's
And
the
anyone that said they didn't have no games, or the
right.
games they did have was trash. Now all of a sudden they number one on PlayStation.
Yep. That's
Like
crazy.
Forza Horizon 5 was trash for years.
Yeah,
Now look at it.
yeah. I can't
It's
trust ponies. They use butt plugs.
oh hell no. they use popsicle butt plug.
No, they still using those PlayStation moves.
Oh hell no! They freeze them up. They put them in the freezer first, then they use it. They be saying,
Yeah.
"I like to freeze." Like what the? Yo, man, crazy
Had
man.
the red and blue light come on and shit.
Uh
Mm-hmm.
huh.
Mm-hmm. My thing is,
Ponies are tricks.
okay. I was just reading something in the comment. Yeah, but I just want to hear more. I want to hear more of the same energy that the usual suspect was the one that was talking shit about the Xbox. You know, the so-called big boys on YouTube. That's what I'm
See,
trying to figure out.
Ryan McCaffrey, his bitch ass, talking about it's a shame for Microsoft to raise the price when they're $1 trillion company. Let me explain something to this stupid motherfucker. Just because the company is $1 trillion company, they want to make money like everybody else. They shouldn't be penalized because they don't make so much money, you know what I'm saying, with their business. Anytime a company bring out a product, they want to make a profit. What the fuck their personal wealth have to do with their product they have on the market that they want to make money from? So you mean to tell me they supposed to take a loss in revenue just because they're $1 trillion company? They're just like it's Flip got 100 million in his bank account. He put out a product and then he put out a certain price, and they said, "Well, Flip, he can afford to cut the price 50% because he worth $100 million." That's some bullshit.
Hmm. And a lot of people don't take into account either that Microsoft got an answer to their shareholders. Their shareholders, they ain't gonna go for that.
A Punisher, you notice when I say Flip had 100 mil, he didn't say shit, right?
Oh, yeah, he over
He
there
was,
quiet.
he was quiet
No,
as
no,
hell.
I'm reading the text. I'm reading the text.
Shoot, we say all the time Microsoft, Flip work for Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all thought we was joking.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Keeman? Yeah, man. Listen, I think this. How long y'all think this generation may last? I'm saying maybe 2027, 28, maybe
Um,
because of this bullshit that's going on.
yeah.
At least to Lord Duke Ickthorn get out
It
of
could,
office.
it it could make it could be yeah, it might be shorter, but at the same time, it might give it new life because what might end up happening, all the people that were hating on the Xbox might end up getting an Xbox, and then they'll see all the games that's on Xbox that's fire as hell, and be like, damn, I missed out on all this shit. Yeah, you missed out on all this shit because you being a pony and you fucked up. Yeah.
So you think? So you saying like by them exploring the Xbox now, if they push out a new Xbox, they'll be like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go get one. Shit.
See, it's already happening because by Phil putting games on PlayStation, think about it, it's a lot of PlayStation gamers that would never get an Xbox. They would never get an Xbox. So they
Right.
would never play Forza. They would never play Sea of Thieves. So by
Okay.
him putting a game over there, it'll get new eyes on them games. They're like, damn, this shit is nice because you know when the game come on, the Microsoft logo gonna pop up. So it's gonna be like, damn, I missed out on all this shit because I'm a damn pony. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, let me ask you this:
Hmm.
are they gonna look in the mirror and say that to themselves?
They ain't got no reflection.
Oh shit! God damn!
So you saying ponies like vampires, and they get the reflection.
He said, "I don't got no reflection." Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, they ain't got no reflection, bro. So it's like, but now to us, people like, damn, why he gotta put games over there? But like Phil say, it's a lot of motherfuckers who ain't gonna buy a Xbox, which is true. No matter how many great games come out on Xbox, some people just not going to get one. You know, so he put some of the games over there. It's kind of like you putting down. You know how you a drug dealer, you give them a little taste, then
Right.
you like the shit, and you get hooked.
Hmm.
Yeah, come on
And
over
give them a
here.
little sample.
Yeah, yeah.
So when
but
when
no,
that sequel come out, hey,
yeah. But see,
you
we
only can
know
get it on
opponents.
Xbox over here.
See, we know opponents. That simple. Someone might OD on that shit.
Sound like you saying Microsoft it's catfishing them, reeling them in. Once they
Exactly.
get hooked on it, like
Yeah.
drugs and stuff, then they're gonna be like, you know what? Let me go see what the
So
Xbox was.
when you think about it, that's a smart move. So think about it. Your competition got all they got all the gaming sales, right?
Right.
So that means if Sony done sold what 70 million PS5s, that means that's 70 million possibilities, 70 million players, extra player that's gonna be playing that game.
Bone talking about he in two places. Yeah, you're right. I listen. There's no secret that Phil did say when he was on that stage when he was saying when he first announced that, explaining to people that it's a case by case situation, which means for some people act retarded and stupid. Case by case situation mean that it can be from then to that point that he said it to now or to whenever they decide what games they want to put on there. That's what a
Right.
case by case
Hmm.
means. I don't think a lot of people understand that. But in that conversation, he was saying that he said it out. This is his words, not mine. And maybe they want to come on over and check out the game that's on the Xbox and buy an Xbox or something. He said that.
hmm
I'm like, okay, so I already know what you're trying to do.
And then if they don't want to buy Xbox, he pretty much telling the motherfucker, "Hey, you don't want to buy Xbox? You can play it on PC. You can get
TV,
TV.
Hmm.
buy,
Shit.
Your
buy your
tablet, your
stick.
phone, shit.
Yep. TV antenna boxes.
hmm
Yo, Microsoft don't
Hmm.
care. But I just laugh and laugh because I think like these fools, you know, Dirty Daz and yeah, Roku, Dirty Daz and the Popsicle crew, really think that Microsoft is not winning. Like they true that lets me know that they truly don't understand business like they be
Exactly,
pretending they
exactly.
do
Cause
understand.
here's the thing: when they talk about the console sales shit, right? When it comes to Xbox, it's irrelevant because how you gonna talk about Xbox console sales when Phil told your dumbass that their games are gonna be everywhere? So that means he's telling you you don't have to get a fucking Xbox. So that means they don't give a damn if you get an Xbox or not because you still can play the fucking games.
Yep. As
So
Bone,
so
as
when they
Bone
brag
like
about
to say,
console sales,
goddamn software will be selling. It's the software that's be selling.
so when they brag about console sales, it's not a brag thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no damn flex. Sony got all these console sales, but they laying folks off left and right. They laying games and games getting canceled and shit, but they got all the console sales though.
You know what I think? I think if Sony play they hands right, let's just keep it real. Wolverine, you might as well just let that come on the PlayStation 6. If they do their cards right and they just sit back and wait, just save all your games and release them on the PlayStation 6 day one.
But you know,
And I think they're
Flair,
gonna be cross gen though.
that's a slap
Well,
in the opponent's face though who bought a PS5.
listen, it's a slap in their face now. When they bought that Pro,
They getting dick slapped.
damn. Well, you know what?
But they more like they getting honey dicks right now.
You know what I mean, hey,
That's
listen.
what's going on.
Listen here. You know as well as I know, we done seen videos of these ponies on beating their dick to a PlayStation 4 and fucking their homie in VR. So they should be used to it. So getting a honey dick slap on their lip is mighty tasty for them. So they should be
So
used to that
Hmm.
shit.
so what you saying is they got that Diddy syndrome.
Yeah, they did. They got
Pretty
Diddy
much, yep.
on the PlayStation. So you know what? Sony,
Except in this case, Sony don't use no big oil.
listen here. Who you
Diddy
think? Who
Station.
you think Diddy got it from? Diddy got it from Sony.
Diddy Station 5. That's what I said. Diddy Station 5.
I mean, they got Pony Diddy. I mean, it is what it is. They love that stuff. And let's not act like the pony that's in the comment section. Don't act like you ain't get Honey Diddy slap with a dick in your mouth. Don't act like you didn't. Because I know you like it.
No.
If you didn't like it, you wouldn't be in the comment section doing jumping jacks with Jesus for another dick honey slap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tony lied to y'all.
So what you saying? They used to the money shot.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
They over there like, I like it. That's what they doing.
A Flip.
Huh?
Can you show them that picture I sent you the other day?
What you sending it on? I don't think I got it on my phone. My
daughter
erased it. Since y'all don't understand, my daughter took over my YouTube and Bone and them be making fun of me. Talking about she
get more views than you do.
She like, yo, how your 6-year-old daughter get 1,000 views? Then 1,000 views a day. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that short. Only thing I can think of is little kids watching that shit. Send it to me, yo, and I'll show it. Send it to me. I'll show it.
I don't even know if I got the shit. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, because you ponies, y'all been laid astray. Y'all listen to Destin. Y'all listen to Colin Moriarty. Y'all listen to all these crazy motherfuckers that be talking shit about Xbox, and now all of a sudden, these motherfuckers is not saying but so much. They ain't saying but so much now, are they? That's how I don't understand, like how y'all fall for that shit. Oh shit.
That's how opponents pray for games.
Man, this is bad. I forgot about that. Hold up. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot that you sent me that shit. Listen, be warned. The graphic picture that you're about to be shown is graphically and not for children. So be warned. It kind of looked like, Colin Moriarty. Y'all see that?
That's how opponents pray for games.
Y'all see that? That's wild. That's wild. That Xbox have no game. PlayStation 5 win. You right about that one because you prayed long enough for it to win. You praying like a mud right there. Praying like a mud, little red bone, aka Xbox have no game. Look at you. Just take a look at yourself and make that change.
That's the opponent praying position. That's what Tim Dog. That's how Tim Dog pray when
That's how you got that. No, that's how you get that cold popsicle up there. Look right there. That's where the cold popsicle go at.
hey. That's what Tim Dog. That's how Tim Dog was praying when Phil left him on red. He would message him on Twitter. He left him on red. He didn't answer his message.
That's what Phil kicked him off.
Phil, I wouldn't answer that either. Shit.
Phil kicked him off because he was doing a position like this with a popsicle sticking out of him.
So Phil's like, fuck that. I ain't talking to y'all weirdos no more.
I heard Colin Moriarty got a divorce because his wife seen that picture in his phone.
Oh shit.
His wife divorced him because of that. Like, yo, what is this? What is this, Colin? No, we were doing exercise like that.
Hey, Flip.
Huh?
Read what other things said.
Hold on. Oh, talking about Tim Dog laying here. Oh hell no, fuck no.
Oh, that's how you landed with him.
Yeah. Landed when he jumped out the
Yeah, when
window.
he jumped out the window, that's how he landed.
Jumped out that window, huh? He jumped out the window like that. That motherfucker thought, you know what they thought they were doing other thing? They thought they were doing Splash. I'm a maniac for that pony. That's what they was doing this shit. Motherfucker, listen. Tim Dog ain't exposed shit. Shut up. he talking about somebody exposed something. Shut up before you be
No,
playing
Tim
like
Dog
that.
exposed himself. That's what he
Yeah.
exposed.
Keep talking. You gonna be doing a split like that tonight. With Diddy oil by your feet.
No, that's how he sit on the regular. He's sitting like that right now.
Oh shit! Look, that's how you looking at the podcast.
Yeah, he got his laptop on the floor.
With the phone and stuff. That's how he looking at the phone and stuff, yo. That's crazy. My man got skills. Everything he typing in the chat is with his tongue. Nasty motherfucker. You nasty bastard. Crazy ass. Throw that wild shit. Yeah, man. All I can say is we got game and y'all don't. They got I'm telling you, y'all, I can't see myself sitting there feeling right about all these games that I be saying that I have and don't have nothing, then I have to rely on PlayStation game. That's a whole new level of butt hurt, as you can see in that picture. That's a whole new level. Like, yo, like imagine if that was Microsoft and they took away. Let's say they took away. Microsoft got so many fucking features in that console, it's ridiculous. Let's just say they took away one of them features in there, virtual RAM, 4K, ray tracing, and all that. Say if that would have happened, that was Microsoft. They will be having a fucking ball.
Right. Hey, but think about this though, Flip. Okay, the Series X. I don't know how much the price tag is, but it's supposed to went up, right?
Yeah.
Think about it, people. If Xbox only relied on the console, and people's not going to buy the console because of the price hike, Microsoft would be fucked, right?
Uh-huh.
But guess what? Everybody know you don't need an Xbox to play their games. So you still got other ways to play Xbox games outside of the console.
I just seen
Microsoft is good.
I seen a video a couple weeks ago, and it was advertising X Game Pass on LG TV. LG or Samsung. One of them goddamn TV.
I think it was LG, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of them
that just got the app or something like that.
Yeah, it's one
I
of
know
them.
It's not a.
I think Samsung had it first.
I know it's not an RCA or Magnavox.
keep talking. Hey, shit. I won't be surprised if they do have. If they got it, I'm done.
Shit.
Done.
If the Xenoflow model get it, I'm like, God damn.
A floor model though? God damn. I swear to God, they got that shit. I'm like, yo, Sony, you out here looking real bad, bro. Out here starving your community, your fan base and stuff. Y'all get.
But I wonder if Sony would allow that on their TVs.
Because Microsoft, the rate they gonna put that shit on one of them. That shit is Amazon got.
Fire Stick.
No, the Fire Stick, but the other shit, the Kindle.
Fire Cube.
They'll put that shit on the Kindle.
Oh, the Kindle tablet.
Oh shit.
They'll put that shit on there too. Where Microsoft is going, they're gonna put that shit on the Kindle.
Shit, they might as well. Shit.
No, it can get on. I believe it can get on like the Amazon tab. I'm gonna look at my daughter's tablet and see if I could download that on there. Since you said that, I'm gonna check that out later on. I'm curious if you can put that on there since you said that.
Yeah, but then again,
it probably will. It probably will because our jailhouse broke it. Because they don't allow Google on there, but our jailhouse broke it and put Google on there. So I'm pretty sure it can. I'm pretty sure it can. Yo, that's crazy, yo. My man Bone over there, boning in the club talking about Xbox for the win.
I know, right?
Man, listen.
He out there grinding on Big Shirley.
Man, listen. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your grind on with Big Shirley, dog. God damn.
Yeah, but
Is that one
100,
here snitching?
100 over there. He got a 6-pack of Coke 45 and some fried chicken.
Oh, hell no. Hey, man, listen here. I want y'all to do me a favor. You know what I'm saying? You know, all you have to do just like and just, retweet this, Blue Sky this, Facebook this. Shit, you can send it to NBC News, ABC, CBS, Fox.
Mhm.
Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Just tweet it
Hey,
out. That's all I ask.
but guess what? But have y'all noticed? Here's the thing. They always sign petitions to get games that we got.
They
But
still,
yet still our games ain't shit.
they still doing that?
Man, they ain't signed no
In a
petition,
couple
but
years.
they port begging though.
Like,
Well,
didn't they do that for
but
Starfield?
I don't
I
think
think
that I don't think that's ever going to stop. The port begging, I don't think that's ever going to stop. I don't. I
well,
don't.
they're
I
gonna
don't.
port back because they don't want Xbox to have any
Let me ask y'all this:
exclusive games.
how long have Starfield been out? Right now,
Starfield
I think
came
it's been
out, I
almost
think
2 years.
yeah.
It
3
came out
years.
in what 2023, I think.
Okay, almost 3.
Yeah,
So
so I
I
think so this year will be 2 years, I think.
okay.
It don't seem that long, but yeah, it been a minute.
So what I'm getting at is that I think if they get Starfield, they may get Starfield when the next Xbox come out. If they get it, they're saying if, not saying that they will, but if, I won't be surprised if Microsoft give it to them when
Mm.
the next Xbox come out.
Man, I wouldn't give it to them until the sequel come out. When
Damn,
Starfield 2 drop,
that's
I
what I'm
then
wouldn't
I
give it
let
to
them have
them
the
at
first
all.
one.
next Xbox may come out. I mean, it might come out on the next Xbox.
But like Rain said, don't let them have it at all. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's so. Okay, I don't know what the hell you over there talking about. Bone clone over there doing the worm and shit. I don't fucking be doing that motherfucker bugging. And also, people, if there's anything that y'all want us to talk about in the comment section, just pop it up. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Even a pony, if it's at the mascot, if it's that Bone on mascot, Bone clone.
Yeah, I wanted to remember Flip. Me, you had a discussion the other day. I was saying how Xbox they kind of like fucked up the Xbox One launch. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Now, all I was saying was coming off the momentum of the 360, they still could have kept it, but it's the way they presented the Xbox One. Now, when they first showed it, it wasn't at a gaming event, which I understand. But I was telling Flip, we waited 8 long years to see the new console, and the first thing they talk about is TV. That pissed off a lot of people. Like, I'm like, damn, you know, because I
No,
felt
but
like they
that part
should
I
have.
understand though, because they told people ahead of time that they was gonna show games at E3. So it ain't
I,
like they just threw it out there by surprise. They told
I, I,
everybody up front ahead of
I
time.
get it, I get it, but they showing TV, showing off the Xbox One. It's a gaming console. But back then, motherfuckers didn't give a shit about no TV, bro. They want to look at some games, you know. So, and then even though they did show it at E3 later on, they still had that stigma that was stuck on them at the revealing of the Xbox One console. You know what I'm saying? It still stuck with them, and They didn't change their format, but it was going until they seen the pre-order sales came out, and they seen that everybody was pretty much buying the PS4 over the Xbox One. So that what really made them like switch it over, like the whole DRM shit. Which it wasn't a big deal to me, but everybody want to say, oh, they lied. They said it couldn't be reversed, and then they ended up reversing it when the pre-order sales came out. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I like that idea. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. I want that shit to come back. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's the
But
thing. It
But
did come back. So that's what
but
we're
but
doing
but
now.
but like
yeah, in
Flip,
a
but
different
like
way.
Flip say,
Right.
like if Flip was saying that they should have eased people into it, just
Yeah.
like a woman. She a virgin, you got to ease it in.
Yeah.
Just put the tip in. Um,
Yeah, to be honest, if I was Microsoft, I would have did that approach different. I don't think it's nothing that Don Mattress said that was wrong or none of that. I don't think he said. I just think a lot of again, he said he was just trying to be ahead of the curve, ahead of
Hmm.
everybody and stuff.
Yeah, Microsoft was way too far ahead.
Yeah, they there's it's sad when you're. That's what see now, and that's what make me say Microsoft is the leader in video gaming because their ideas, and even though people may not like their approaches and stuff, but their ideas and the way that they're thinking and how they trying to give us stuff, that's what make you a leader. Again, like Bone always go crazy, man. I'm tired of always saying Microsoft should have did this, did the same thing with Sony. That's what you call a leader. Even though they got that bad stigma and all this other stuff, like a leader, like Phil is, he said, listen, I was there, I had say so, I could have said no, this, I could have spoke up, but I didn't. Like a good leader, a leader knows when when they messed up or when they're wrong. They take they wrong, they take the licking, they flip it around and come up with better concept and new ideas that continue on giving their troops something to be inspired by, and just to win this war, to win this battle. And my opinion, which is like everybody, even though those who don't want to admit it, Microsoft won regardless. They still won. The
facts.
Xbox One still made money. It made more money than Sony. Because ain't no company gonna come up. Oh well, Phil came in, he turned it around, and it made and now the console is worth 500 billion. No, that's not how you do that math. It doesn't work like that. That console still became successful in the long run. It still was gaining traction. People still was buying it for it to be worth something. That means Microsoft is doing something right. They did something right with the Xbox One for it to be
Facts.
worth. I don't know how much it's worth now. Probably damn near $1 trillion. It's probably the Xbox division itself will probably close to $1 trillion. I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but they still came on top. They lost that battle, but they dancing of won the war.
See, Microsoft is in that position, kind of like Apple. It's like everybody wait until Microsoft and Apple does something. Now, other companies can do stuff, but it's like it doesn't really count until Apple or Microsoft does it because they pretty much the leaders in the technology shit. So it's like Apple and Microsoft is the only companies that can really push shit forward and make people actually um, adopt it. You know, they're the only two companies on the planet that people will actually follow.
You're right. Hold on, he said Microsoft Xbox not competing no more. And you know what? I'm gonna give you that clone bone. I'm gonna give you that the clone. You're right. But again, Microsoft Ben said they wasn't competing. So you see what happened when Microsoft started competing? You see what happened? Not only that they stopped competing, they won. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks That tells me you're not half. I mean, you're not fully retarded. You may be half retarded,
What
but you're
the
not full retarded.
what the what the hell he talking about? Microsoft recovered from the red ring of death.
Yeah,
They spent a lot of money on that shit, and me myself, I probably bought like 5 360s because of that shit.
I bought 3. I bought 3 because of that. And to be fair, Microsoft reimbursed me on each one of my consoles that I had purchased.
Yeah, me too. So it's like I pretty much had like I didn't have to pay for no more Xboxes, like, cause they were giving my shit for free. Like they kept fixing the shit for free. I didn't have to pay for shit. They send me a box, they send me the label and everything.
See, that's another thing I like to say. I don't understand people say that. Okay, Microsoft may have a large amount of red rings of death for the console. I don't. It was no damn. It was no damn 62 million. It wasn't that many. Goddamn it. Let's stop playing around. But
That 62 million is how many times he got on his knees for Sony.
yeah. Nevertheless, even with the red rings of death, Microsoft beat them in the 360 generation. People say, well, PlayStation caught up at the end. How the fuck you gonna catch up with me and I already done beat you in a race? How you come at the end?
Yeah,
how that makes sense?
The generation was over by then.
Right, make that make sense. How the hell? Oh yeah, well Sony caught up. The PlayStation 3 caught up. Oh, what the fuck? How you catch up when the race is over?
Well, it's not even that though. Is
think about it.
Sony wasn't reporting their numbers, so how do I even know the numbers?
Yeah, Sony Sony wasn't talking about how many consoles they sold.
Yeah, we still to this day don't know how many PS3s they sold.
Yup.
But somehow they beat the 360. That makes no sense.
No, they didn't even know they ain't beat the 360. They say they caught up with them. How you gonna catch up at the last fucking end of the year? The last year of when the console was out. Think about it. This is our last year, and we pushing out another console. How the fuck you catch up? How that makes sense?
I think IGN said that bullshit.
Yeah, they said that they said that the PS3 beat the 360 by like 2-3 million or something like that.
No, the fuck they.
But how do you know the numbers if Sony wasn't reporting those numbers?
Hold on. Okay. If you really want to do it, let's do the retarded math. As Live will say, let's do the retarded math. Which other Dink was on here because he know how to do that count. You know how to do that kung fu retarded math too. Even let's just say Microsoft near the end of the generation, Sony starts selling more console, whatever, catching up with Microsoft. It doesn't matter because Microsoft was still selling even when the 360 was out. No one was buying PlayStation 3 no more. They jumped off and they went to the PlayStation 4. The 360 still was selling. So how you going to catch up by the end of the generation when the 360 is still selling and the PlayStation wasn't? Make that make sense. There's no way you can catch up when the Xbox is still selling and you just dropped off. You just jumped off the whatchamacallit. So by their logic, because Sony caught up and they sold 3 more million consoles than Microsoft, they caught up. So you ain't gonna count the fact that Microsoft console was still selling after that, or y'all just stopped and jump on the PlayStation 4. So that's what we do now. So we just going to sit up here and say, okay, well, they caught up with them and everybody got a PlayStation 4, but that 360 was still selling. So even if they caught up and sold like they sold 3 more millions and stuff, the 360 was still selling, which add up to probably 5 more million than what Sony had with the PlayStation 3 because they stopped and they jumped to the PlayStation 4. So how did they catch up? Doesn't make sense. People talk just to try to make it seem like, oh, Microsoft wasn't whipping that ass, and they was.
Just like what Mr. Kima said, the 360 destroyed the PS3 in software.
Yep.
So that tell you everything you need to know right there, how bad the 360 was whooping the PS3's ass when you look at the software that was sold.
The goddamn Kinect on the 360 sold goddamn more than the goddamn fucking PlayStation 3. Hey, goddamn, ain't no way the PlayStation 3 catch up with Xbox, the 360 when the generation is over. You can't count that like that. It don't work like that. That doesn't make sense.
And plus, Sony, they always do that bullshit with their numbers too.
Right.
Y'all saw what's old boy name? Jim Ryan, when he said all of a sudden they sold 5 million more PS2s before he left. I think it was like last year or something like that.
For real?
I'm sitting there like, who the fuck still buying PS2s?
For real?
Yeah, that's what he
Listen here.
said. When Nintendo Switch was catching up to the PS2 in sales, all of a sudden Jim Ryan said they sold an extra 5 million out of nowhere.
You know the funny thing is about this, me and Rain, or not Rain, me and other thing always say, we do not believe none of them numbers with the PlayStation 4. I don't believe that.
I don't believe the PS5 numbers either.
I don't believe I don't believe them numbers. The only numbers that probably did was probably more accurate of anything is probably the PlayStation 2. Because you have to think about during that generation of the 360, I mean the 360 and the PlayStation 3, people was buying PlayStation 2. They continue on buying it.
I
So
mean, everybody and their mama was buying PS2s
right. So
But
for that DVD feature.
what Sony does, they keep systems on the market even when the new system come out. They
and they
still
added,
keep the old.
and I think they added
Exactly.
with the new system. They added them
Exactly.
numbers with their new system. And people like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? That makes sense. I believe it. They
Because think
believe that.
about it, how many variations they had of the PS1? It was like 5 variations. Cause it ended up being like small as hell. Remember?
Right.
But yeah,
Bone said,
it was
Bone
like
said
portable, yeah.
in the words of Bone, he talking about them PlayStations. They don't believe that shit either, G. Yeah, you know what, and to that, I believe that they don't believe. They know that shit is not true. I believe that they know that Sony ain't sold them many consoles. They know that. They just goes along with it because again, Sony throw up a number, they exaggerate them numbers that Sony say. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We sold about 60 million console and stuff. Here comes the media. Oh yeah, you heard what that? You heard that? Not only that they show 60 million, they show an additional 20 million. Where the fuck they say that at? Who said that? Who told you
Exactly. But then
You don't even have to believe that. Just look at the
uh,
software.
all them console sales though, like how does that equal to software sales? It
that?
don't.
Keep talking, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Keep talking.
No, it don't. Like every
Cause
time
they
they just look at Sony's first party, Astrobot came out and it sold 1.5 million. 1.5 out of what? 60 to
75.
65 million
Yeah,
potential customers.
that shit's crazy. But they also show you that ponies don't buy games.
Well,
And
that
then you
too,
got
yeah.
and then you got to look at the percentage. See, they got all these consoles out, right? But how many percentage of those console sales who actually own the PS5? And on top of that, what's the demographic? You know what I'm saying? How many of those are children, teenagers, and adults? Because the kids, they can't buy no fucking games. The parents got to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids is pretty much playing Fortnite all day. Fortnite and
Yep.
Minecraft.
And Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. I think my
So that
nephew's playing Roblox. That's like his favorite game.
so that means the adults is not even buying it. It's not buying the exclusive.
Nope. And then you have to factor in too the people who bought multiple consoles. Because some people buy those, those special edition PlayStations that come out,
That's a waste of money.
or
Like buying
sometimes they buy multiple because they want one
some.
PlayStation in the living room and then one in the bedroom, but it's still one account. So it's like all
Buying.
that factors in.
I can't see myself buying more than one PlayStation. They're just weird.
Shit, I mean, so I get rid of mine. I don't even have a PS5 no more.
That's like a waste of space.
So I
Because
don't even think you need multiple consoles at all, really.
because when I go to GameStop, how come every time I go, I see somebody returning the damn PS5? I see this shit all the time, literally. And I'm like, damn, I thought this console was supposed to be so great. But every time I go to GameStop, somebody taking back their PS5 or trying to sell that bitch.
Because now what they say it is. They say PlayStation have no games.
And even
It's like what's
GameStop now is leaning toward the Xbox. If you notice, because they say the Xbox is more valuable than the PS5.
you talking about as far as the trade in value? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because remember I was saying they was like a lot of people are bringing back their PS5 and getting Xbox, and it's happening a lot lately.
Mm. But I noticed that I looked at GameStop the other day, and I couldn't really find a trade in value for the Series X. So I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah,
Because this was right after Microsoft announced the price increase. So it might be up now.
because
But
see
maybe that's
everybody
what.
realizing that the Xbox has always been a value system, but they were so caught up in being a damn pony they couldn't see it because some people just ride the wave. Oh, this is the popular shit. Everybody got this, so I want to be what the popular people are. But then not realizing
Mm-hmm.
you get the console, you buying a console to play third party games. What's the fucking point?
Yeah, you might as well get an Xbox. You get Game Pass. You play the shit on PC.
'Cause the average PlayStation person is not buying the PlayStation for exclusives. They buying that shit because they want to play Fortnite, Madden,
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty and shit.
And plus, that's where their friends are. Wherever their
Some
friends go, that's most likely where they're going to go.
some
Like you
just
said,
playing,
it's the popular console right now.
some just playing with themselves.
Oh, well, they doing that without the PlayStation. That's why Pornhub was number one on their platform.
And they got a nerve to say everybody else got an issue, but they the one Pornhub. And you remember back on the PS3, the PS3 was the number one device used for Netflix.
Oh yeah, it was. Yep.
The number one device streaming Netflix was the fucking PS3. These motherfuckers say they playing games. No, you ain't.
And
Y'all
porn.
watching Netflix.
And porn.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, Pornhub,
Yeah.
the number one platform is PlayStation. And what kills me with the PS5 was like, how are they watching this shit when the PS5 doesn't even have a web browser?
Bro, you'll be surprised what the opponents is capable of.
So what, were they hacking the PS5 or some shit? Like, I don't understand that. Unless Pornhub have an app for it or something.
That
And they
shit
downloading
micro
that shit.
that shit opponents might be in a secret society where only they know. But the media don't want Microsoft to win at all. Like after the 360 era, they were like, "No, nah, we can't have that shit again."
Well, no, because the media been ponies since forever.
Because if these gaming websites was really true gamers, like they say, they'll be pushing Game Pass. But they
Mm-hmm.
downplaying this shit. That shit is weird as hell. How you gonna downplay something that's real valuable to gamers? That's some valuable shit for gamers to have when you ain't got to pay the $60 or the $80. You can just get Game Pass and play all the games you want. Why is that a negative? I don't get it. There's no negative in Game Pass.
Well, it's a negative because their favorite platform can't afford to do it.
But see, that's when they gotta separate the shit, bro. Like separate your own personal bias and be like, okay, this is a good service right here.
Mm-hmm. But for some reason, they just can't do it. For
That's the
some reason, they
damn
felt
thing.
like Microsoft. They walked in and Microsoft was taking down their wife or something. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I think
Yeah,
I can recall. I remember one time on Next Gen channel, if I'm not mistaken, and a couple other channels, the person that runs IGN is a Sony fan, and that's
Oh,
why
I
that's
can
why
see
they
that.
talk like the way they talk towards
I can see that.
So they
Hey,
have
didn't they say that person used to work for Sony or something like that?
no.
Like the owner of IGN?
He. Well, you know what? It might have been that. It could have been that. But I do recall hearing him saying that his affiliation with Sony is closer than what we think. Here go Bone.
What's up with y'all?
What?
What's up with y'all, man?
What's
What's
good?
going
Okay.
on?
Big Shirley let you get on?
What's going on, huh?
You
You
ain't
say
get
who?
Yeah, Big
Big
Shirley
Shirley.
finally let you get on, huh?
Big Shirley, Big Shirley. Shit, I'm finna go find me a Big Shirley in a minute. Shit, I'm gonna go to this hookah bar. Shit, I'm gonna crash out.
I thought you was over there getting somebody pregnant.
No, I'm over here at Texas Roadhouse. No, I didn't go to me, man. No, my sinuses started acting up. I need to come outside. I was listening, I need to come outside to clear my sinuses up.
Well,
And
all you
then
gotta
they
do,
messed up on coming.
all you gotta do, clear your sinuses up. You just sniff some cocaine right quick. You'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
I leave that. I leave that to Stu P. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he sniffed that right off of Shirley's left titty.
Yeah, that's the
Crazy.
stupid. Yeah. I leave that to stupid. I'm saying, man. Man. No, I'm saying, I heard y'all talking about the orange dude. Y'all, hey, y'all, I told y'all, man, y'all blame the orange dude. Don't blame no Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, no Nvidia, no nobody. Blame the orange dude.
I don't even think we can blame the orange juice just yet.
Yeah,
I feel
you know what I'm
they want
saying?
to raise the prices anyway.
Yeah, that
I'm
mother, yeah.
No
gonna
matter
say
who's
You
in
this.
know,
office,
and I
I'm
saw
gonna
a
say
lot of
this. I'm gonna
Xbox
say
dudes
this.
turn pony bot though. I
I'm
saw
gonna
some
say
Xbox
this.
dudes turn pony bot.
I'm gonna say this right quick. I don't like to go too political, but I'm just gonna say this. The way it looks like the government is trying to they trying to force a crash, a nationwide, a worldwide crash with the economy, and then they're gonna introduce another
Mercy.
money system.
That's possible. I won't be
I'm
surprised.
I'm
well, they
not
have been
saying it's
rumors talking
true.
about they trying
I'm not saying
to
it's true.
unify everything
I'm just saying
as
that's what it
one
looks like.
government or some shit.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what it looks like. Cause
I won't be.
That's why
they can
that's
easily
why I
say
crash
that the
out.
money's not working. They can say, oh, we got to come with a new system
I ain't doing no new system. Like I say,
because
they
in
already
Spain,
they already
but hey,
Fallout
in
already
Spain,
Fallout already told you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the new Republic of California. You know what I'm saying?
in Spain,
You're
in
gonna have
Spain
New
they had a
Vegas.
blackout.
You said New Vegas or like Fallout?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas right now, so I'm over here getting my motherfucking bomb shelter together and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I just put on when he said Fallout. I'm like Fallout.
Yeah, so
New
yeah.
Vegas for
I'm
real?
tell you.
I
Not
thought
to
he was
not to
talking
cut
about the
you
Well,
off.
game.
Not to cut you
yeah,
off.
because they break off. Yeah, they break off. Yeah, they break off.
Let me ask you this: when did the next Fallout TV show come out? On the next season?
I don't think they announced that yet.
I think they have announced it. I think the beginning sometime next year.
They taking too damn
That shit was
long with
good
these
though.
TV shows, man.
Yeah, that shit was good though.
Why the fuck we gotta wait 2 years between seasons? Doesn't make no sense.
Huh?
Like Netflix do that bullshit too. They
Well,
gotta wait
the
Let
thing
2
about
years
it
between
is,
seasons.
yeah, but because they cost money,
me ask you this:
Hmm.
they cost money.
do y'all think we ever going to see another season of Halo?
Yeah, I
I
think you
think
know
we
what. You know
will.
what? I think Amazon gonna end eventually picking it up because it got real traction when they put it on Amazon and on
On Netflix.
HBO and shit and
Right.
I
on
think on
Netflix and
Netflix
shit.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
I
what?
want actually I want Netflix to pick it up to be honest with you.
God damn,
Wow.
motherfuckers, they ain't gone. Why y'all wasn't in here before I got in this motherfucker? 60 motherfuckers in here all of a sudden because I got in this motherfucker.
No, they
That's
was already there.
bullshit.
They
Oh, they
was.
was there because I just saw it. It said, so I'm like, oh, okay, it was there, motherfuckers. Man, this about we. It ain't about me. Fuck y'all. I don't even like y'all.
It
Y'all
was.
ain't loyal.
It was actually more than that. It went down when you got on.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
you then. Fuck you. All right. I'm about to go dick on this motherfucking whiskey sour. And we gonna go to the hookah bar. I might end up at a strip club at night. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know.
Hey, tell
I'm
Big
putting
Trey I said hi.
Hey,
100.
hey,
Hey, you know what? Hey, then I'm gonna find me a lot lizard,
hey,
courtesy of
Bone.
Punisher.
He's
Hey, Bone. Hey, Bone. Hey, Bone. Bone.
What's
Hey,
up?
Bone. Watch what club you go into. You know, so you don't be going to
Oh
the
no
wrong
no no no
club.
no 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 no. We got Pacific clubs. No, we going to the we
yeah,
going to
walking in with
we going to the Latina. We gonna go to that
the
Mamacita. You know, so we gonna do a 2-step. You know what I'm saying? Gonna gonna have a good time.
He be
And
going.
we got to get
Don't
up in the
go.
morning and go back home. Yeah.
Don't walk in the
You know what I'm saying?
Transformers,
Only
man.
reason I came out here, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was we had to go throw some eviction notice on our tenants today. So that's the only reason I got told that I had to do it because of my name was on it. Shit, so I had to. That's why only reason I'm supposed to do the podcast. I'm supposed to be at home in my bed, but I'm at Texas Roadhouse, fucking around, bullshitting the public. So back to the show. Hundo was out. I ain't. You know what? Well, this kicked me out because I don't want to hit that end.
Hold on.
No, I know what.
like, yeah, fuck around. I cut off the whole damn podcast and shit.
I told him watch out for the Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Bone, he don't pay attention to shit. He be so fucked up. He be talking to a transformer and
Like,
shit.
you
Don't even
trying to
know it.
trick me, G?
That nigga Bone funny as hell for that one, though. Hang on, G. You trying to trick me, G. Like, drunk ass wasn't paying attention. We kept trying to tell you. That nigga Bone be funny as shit. Talking about, why are you gay? I'm like, yo, he trying to sound like Snoopy, the African boy. Why are you gay? Yo, Snoopy do that shit. That shit be fucking hilarious. Snoopy's on just like that boy. I was like, yo, I'm done. I'm done. You gotta ask Snoopy to do that shit for you, yo. He sound just like the boy. Why are you gay? You're like, well, who says I'm gay? But you are gay. You are gay. Why are you gay? You gotta hear Snoopy do that shit. I'm like, yo, you sound just like the boy. But shit. But hey, man, listen here. Back on that gaming street. Listen, I feel sorry for you motherfuckers that got to get games from Microsoft. I feel sorry for you. And I still believe Sony is doing some backhand deal with IGN. I still think they are. But this is what I want to know. How strong is IGN word is now? Consider Sony don't have nothing. Like, how much damage control can they continue on doing now? Because since Sony don't have no games and stuff, what more is it that they can say to validate the purchases of a console that don't have nothing? That been
they
stripped of its rank.
they living off the name. That's what they going off the name. And the console ain't shit because the PlayStation ain't been shit since the PS. I'll say since the PS4 because the PS4 wasn't shit either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The last good console they had, I can say maybe what it'd be PS2, PS3. They been going downhill.
You saying the PS2 was going downhill?
No, the PS3
Okay.
they start declining then because Microsoft was whooping their ass. They just had the better games, and then on top of that, Microsoft had Xbox Live that was whooping everybody's ass.
Why did I think the 360? Why did I think the PlayStation 3 graphics and hardware? I'm sorry, hardware. Why did I thought their hardware was better? Until Punisher had reminded me, it's like, nah, it wasn't that. It was just the cell processor. I thought that cell processor was going to be their crown jewels, and
That's what they said. That's what
in
they
the
said
money
Yeah,
pit.
that's what they thought.
at the beginning of the PS3. They were saying that it was better because they were saying that they could put more stuff on the disc because since they had the Blu-ray and the 360 didn't have the Blu-ray, so they could put more shit in the game. But
So,
guess
so,
what? They
so
didn't
the
do it.
HD, so the
They didn't fucking
HDD,
do it.
but that
Yeah.
HDD that Microsoft had, that disc is actually is better than the Blu-ray.
Exactly. But see, Sony still didn't take advantage of that so-called secret sauce they're supposed to have.
It must have been very secret because the sauce that they had, they ain't never revealed how secret it was.
That shit was stale.
Damn. Mhm. I think.
No, I think Sony did that on purpose anyway,
What you mean?
just so their own games can stand out versus everybody else. Because if you look at their games and you look at the third-party games on the PS3, the Sony games did look better than everybody else's.
On what game? You say it didn't?
No, they did.
What system you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the PS3 with that
So
cell
you saying
processor.
what games did they had that looked better than Gears?
No, I'm talking about that versus the third party on the
Oh,
PS3. Yeah, their games did look better than most, if not all, the third party games on the PS3. Because remember, the third party couldn't get their games to run properly. So I think Sony did that shit on purpose. Because they easily could have helped them people get their games to run properly. But for some reason, they pretty much said, fuck them. We're going to do our own thing, and y'all just going to have to figure that shit out.
the
Maybe.
only game that I know that they had that was actually 1080p was Metal Gear Solid 5. That was the only game. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4. That was the only game that was actually 1080p. Everything else was 720.
Nah, it wasn't even.
That's what I'm saying. I believe Sony helped them with that because that wasn't exclusive.
Yeah, yeah, might have been though. But even Sony own game, none of their own games that they had was like 720 on the PlayStation 3. It was sub 620.
Yeah, it was like 6. Yeah.
I remember every game. I remember having an argument with somebody in GameStop, one of the homies and stuff, because somebody said something about. But somebody said that, like, I'm not thinking about it now. Yo, that fucked up ass PlayStation 3. I'm like, yo, you don't like it? All it is a glorified Blu-ray player. I'm like, what? Like, yo, they games ain't even 1080p. I'm like, what? So I'm buying the game. I forgot what game that I was buying. I said, hold on. I looked at the back of it, and it said sub 620. I'm like, what?
Hey,
Then one day I was in there talking to one of the homies, and one of the homies, the young boy, he a cool dumbass dude. He a cool dickhead, straight dickhead. He always tried to take apart his console like he know what the fuck he doing, and then shit end up breaking. But nevertheless, I say, yo, they gave the sub 620. Like, no, they ain't. There's no such thing as sub 620. I'm like, oh yeah. Well, what is this? And his mouth dropped. I say, yeah, what is this? Because if you look at anybody that got a PlayStation 3 right now, look at the back of the fucking disc. Because if you see anything that say 1080p, when was that? At the last day of the PlayStation 3 generation?
Mm-hmm. But guess what? Even with the PS4, y'all remember Sony had to remove the resolution off the back of the box because they found out that it wasn't 1080p. Remember?
Mm-hmm. It was 720.
Exactly. They were like it's false advertising, and they had to remove it off the back of the box because they were saying all their games was 1080p. No, the fuck it wasn't.
But remember this: 1080p make you a better player, and it wasn't even 1080p. That's the crazy thing. This is the thing that we have to tell the people and let them know. Y'all was getting ahead from the PlayStation from day one. Listen here.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation 2. If you look at each console that the PlayStation had, their architect was not better than their rival, their opponent. It's not. The character was blocky and stuff. Look how blocky their character was compared to the Dreamcast.
Well, even the Sega Saturn, when you played Tomb Raider, it looked better on the Saturn than it did on PlayStation.
Right. Xbox come out. Sony still had blocky, and it wasn't like, oh well, it ain't that noticeable. Yes, it was. It was very noticeable. You literally can tell the difference. Me and Bone was talking about it not too long ago, a few days ago, talking about how metal how Okay, yeah, I see. Oh yeah, all right, you're right, other D. How what's the game that they had? What the game at? Splinter Cell. Remember when Microsoft had Splinter Cell one a
Mm-hmm.
whole fucking year?
Mm-hmm.
Then it came out like a year and a half or some crazy stuff like that. And you look at the texture of that game and was on the PlayStation 2, that game looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember who it was. It was I believe it was what's my man name? On Electric Playground. What's the old boy name?
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't think of their name. God damn it, their name is if anybody in the chat know their name, type it up. But they was talking about how badly looking that game looked. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, look at it. Look at the like, yo, and a lot of like my cousin. I remember once again. I love my cousin, but he a fucking pony. But listen here, dig the move though. He was like, "Oh man, I wish Sony get that game. This and this and this." Yeah, there yo, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy Tallarico and Victor Lucas. That's his name. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy and Vic. Yeah. So it finally came on the PlayStation, and it looked like shit. And he was like, "Yo, why it look like that? What do you mean? Why it look like what?" And I seen it. I'm like, you do understand that console can't produce the same lighting and shadow texture movement and physics in the game, because remember you can aim and shoot out the light bulb and all that stuff. You're gonna do the whistle thing. I can't do the whistle and shit. Throw the glass of bottle, it busts. When it busts on the ground and stuff, you literally can see the glasses break apart when it's by the light. And the people, when you did it on the PlayStation, it didn't look the same. The shadow and the light physics in a game, it looked dull. You know, you ever seen how something look washed out and stuff
Right.
like that? You were looking at it look washed out.
When
Like
we did it on the PlayStation, the glass looked like it like it was weed instead of glass.
exactly. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And it was like real blurry and real pixely.
Right. Yeah, it was very pixelated. You can see. That's why I was like, yo, what Microsoft, like when you look at their hand and the shape of their face and stuff, how it's always blocky and stuff. Even though Sony had GTA or whatever, well, we didn't find out that they were they was willing to sell themselves to Microsoft like a 2-bit whore, but Microsoft couldn't buy him at that point in time. But when you see it, then when they put it on the Xbox, when they finally put it on the OG Xbox, you're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck they look way better than they do on the PlayStation? Their character wasn't so blocky and stuff, and their hands and stuff. Like the hand be blocky, like it'd be like this. The hand be just like that. It don't spread apart and stuff. It don't be like. And I noticed that shit. I'm like, yo, why the fuck is it like that? I don't understand that. Like, and you can tell how the roundness of the fingers and stuff. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm a graphic whore. I was paying attention to every fucking thing. I'm like, why it look like that? I'm like, yo, it smooths out. The graphic looked better and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The textures and everything looked way better. The cloud movement and the skies and stuff like that. But on the PlayStation, that shit just looked as you said earlier, pixelated. It didn't look right. So as time goes on, when PlayStation finally start to make their hand and their fingers and stuff right or whatever, they still behind Microsoft. You come out with the 360, then the PlayStation 3 come out. Their game still looked at kind of dull like or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why does it look like that? Why they always have that gray looking drain color in their game? And Microsoft will have vibrant looking colors in their game. The colors will be vibrant and stuff. But Sony gonna be dull. I'm like, why are they making these dull ass? Not knowing in the beginning, it's because of the limitation of the PlayStation hardware. But people square up and down. Oh man, Sony had hardware that was way better. To this day, I still argue and say the PlayStation still didn't have nothing on the PlayStation 4 or Pro that looks better than what Microsoft was giving you. We have too many games that Microsoft gave us that looked way better than what the PlayStation supposed to have gave us. That people believe, oh man, that game looked good. Microsoft still had Gears, you have Rise on the Room. What was the other game with the dude running around and shit that whatchamacallit made with the zombie little quirky looking game and stuff platform? That game looked good. What else? You already had Halo. What else? Of course, you had all the racer games always looked better. There's not one damn game that I can think of that Sony had that looked better than what Microsoft had on the Xbox One, and I'm talking about base model. Think about it. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and you had Red Dead Redemption 2 on a PlayStation, even though they may look this similar, but they didn't because they show you. Here we go again. What they like to do the pixel shit, and they show you how a little blurry it looked. I'm not lying. You can look this shit up. You can look this shit up when they show you what Red Dead 2 look like on a PlayStation. That's supposed to be so superior and supposed to be 50% more powerful. It did the base model, the fucking base model Xbox. It looked good as shit. Even Gears of War looked good. And what make it crazy is I remember Lady Infamous was like, damn, this game look good. I didn't realize that she ain't have the 1X. She had the base model. And I was like, hold on, let me see something. Of course, I still had one of my base model on Xbox One. And I'm looking at the graphic. I'm like, yo, even then that graphic looked good. If you can make that graphic still look and run good on a base model Xbox, that means this whole shit was bullshit, which we found out now is a fucking lie. Because Red Dead still looked fucking good on that motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, what, I mean, I don't know, man. These motherfuckers make up a lot of bullshit on the Xbox. Like the Xbox was lacking, and it wasn't.
No, it definitely wasn't. And especially what you're talking about, the Xbox One.
Yep. The base model. Just the base model.
It wasn't like it was just developers didn't take the time to use that ES RAM.
Right.
If they would have used that, the Xbox One would have beat the PS4. The PS3. No, the PS4, my bad.
Go ahead.
The PS4 in most of those games.
Right. It was only limited because Sony was paying them motherfuckers not to work on that console. Work on ours and just give them whatever.
Yeah, with the parity clause and all that.
Right. Just work on ours and just give them whatever. And the fans
work on ours first and then port it over. That's all they was doing. They'll make the PS4 version and they'll port it over to the Xbox. And I said, fuck, if we don't give them 900p, there's gonna be 1080p over on
and
the
again,
PS4.
A 900p is not graphics. I don't know why people kept thinking that was graphic. Of course, they believe the bullshit. 1080p made you a better game player, and it didn't.
All right, see you later, Zink.
Hey, what's going on, Megatron? What's up? Yeah, man. I just take that stigma and that stereotype bullshit that they made up on the Xbox, like the Xbox One. That's why I always defend it, especially me and other things. I always defend that console because I always tell people like, yo, what are you talking about? That game they had good looking games on it. What the fuck? Like, who the fuck would do that?
And plus, a lot of Xbox games on the Xbox One was actually running at 60 frames.
Yes, sir. 1080p.
Most of the games on the PS4, that shit was 30 frames.
Yeah.
Especially all the PlayStation's first party.
Yep.
All their games was 30 frames.
Third party. And them third party games, some of them developers like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna still make this game look good on an Xbox. But a lot of them journalists didn't report that. They'll come up with bullshit why they had to make it 30. Well, see, 30, see what it is. Because of the PlayStation 4 is so powerful, the power of the system, we had to reduce this and that, this, and bang, bang, bop, bang, and make it run at 30 because it's so, like, they used to come up with the level of fucking bullshit that they was giving. It didn't make no sense. Like, the damage control, the damage control was so far off the roof. It just didn't make. I swear to God, though. I swear I thought I was going to see a PlayStation just fly the fuck up into space. The way they talking like this motherfucker PlayStation 5, this motherfucker can achieve warp. This motherfucker can do warp like Star Trek. They can jump into warp. Just that bad. The level of damage control that they was doing. I'm like, damn, this bitch can do warp, huh? This motherfucker can do fucking warp 7. I like to see this shit. But now here we are. We got these people here running around, can barely damage control or troll anything about how good and successful the Xbox brand is. No one can ever sit up here and say, well, they can, but they'll be lying. Truthfully, you cannot and say that the Xbox wasn't ahead of its time. Each box was ahead of its time. Each goddamn Xbox was ahead of its time of gaming. It was ahead. It was ahead of it. It was setting trend and showing people what gaming console should be like. Each goddamn Xbox console. Down to the hard drive, to the CPU, to the GPU, to the goddamn fucking designs of the controller. They were showing you how it could be. Right? You had these fools out here who was running around trying to clown the Xbox controller. I don't like the way it feels. What's wrong with the way it feels? I'm not used to it. How you not used to it? What is it not to get used to? You want me to get used to the PlayStation clumsy ass controller, but you can't get used to the Xbox controller the way it's set and designed? What gaming console you know got a war for best controller?
Now showing PlayStation.
Only fucking controller got a fucking award, a console that got a award for best controller with the fucking Xbox.
And for some reason, PlayStation, they can never make a decent controller. I don't understand that.
You know what it is? I think I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they might have to pay Microsoft for that, because that patent, how they got that controller set up, is I don't think Sony can do it. I don't think. Like I'm gonna say right now, with the PlayStation 6, they better keep that same goddamn controller design. If they try to tweak it or do something to it and it's not perfect, they're gonna fuck up. Because I hear people say bullshit with an Xbox controller, they keep the same design. Why mess with greatness?
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, like why would you like what do you that's the craziest shit that I hate. Well, they still got the same controller. Like what the fuck? Like what do you see? This is why I say the PlayStation fan base is fucking weird. Why I say calling Mario all the motherfuckers is a bunch of popsicle motherfuckers. Because if you have to sit up here and say you don't like the way the controller look, or they didn't make the controller look different, or new design for it, whatever, like there's something wrong with you. That tells me that you truly just want to sit there and just lay down and let Tony put their dick in your mouth. Sony ain't do much of their fucking controller, but it's the best thing since sliced bread. Remember that? The controller came out. Oh man, this joint is real better. Look at the joint. Look how they made it. Look how they did the controller. Like what? All they did is move the analog stick a little apart from one another. And y'all going crazy.
Yeah, it's made it wider. That's it.
Right. It's still the same basic design, and it got a little bubble. Microsoft did that too. They tweaked their joint too. But oh man, no, it's the same thing. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they get a hard on just because the triggers can get a little stiff, and they added a couple more motors in it, you know, for the rumble feature.
Yeah, but that shit is bullshit. No one uses that feature. No one
No,
uses.
they all turn that shit off.
Yeah, they don't use that shit. They even got the controller right now that they got to turn off because it doesn't last long. But y'all get on us talking about but y'all still using battery. Oh, but your controller died. Play that goddamn PlayStation 4 controller or PlayStation controller for too goddamn long. The fucking lithium on rechargeable battery that's in there, that bitch is gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And
And Sony uses like the cheapest batteries they can put in there.
yeah, and another thing with people
Some batteries don't last very long.
Another thing people don't understand about battery and stuff like that shit was not meant to plug up, to continue on keeping it plugged up. Because you know how you got the cord and you plug it up? Same thing like cell phone. You don't never once you charge that phone, you're supposed to unplug it. I used to have to tell my man Black that in the car, like, yo, stop leaving your phone plugged up. You used to have it because Black always like he gotta have a iPhone and he gotta have a goddamn Samsung phone. I'm like, yo, your battery's gonna get fucked up. They're like, nah, yeah, it is. You're not supposed to leave it plugged up. You're supposed to let it plugged up, let it charge, and then let it die. You do understand that these devices is supposed to die. But y'all get mad because Microsoft got a battery.
Well, Microsoft lets you choose what batteries you want to use.
Exactly. It ain't like, oh, well, you got to use the Xbox brand battery, this and that, and so forth. No, they got a battery in there. They have battery for a reason because they know that lithium battery at some point it's going to go dead. Then how you going to change it? How you going to change that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't change it.
And once you open up the controller, it voids the warranty. So
yup, you going to send it back to Sony to get it so they can put a whole new in there so Sony can charge you over the head for that? Yeah, my lithium battery inside my own controller is dead. Okay, yeah, send it in. The motherfucker gonna charge you like $100 for a whole new fucking battery.
And you could have just bought a new controller.
Yup. So by the time then, you gotta go out there and still pay $60 for a fucking controller. See, I can tell you all the fucked up and wrong shit that Sony did with their product, but they would swear and jump up and down, do jumping jack for Jesus, like that's the best thing that they did. Oh, it's good for them to put it like that. We don't need battery. No, fuck that. I'd rather have battery because if the shit goes dead, I can go get another goddamn battery. That battery life in an Xbox controller lasts longer. And the crazy thing about it, when Microsoft did decide to put that lithium battery joint inside a controller, inside that that elite controller and stuff like that, that motherfucker lasts for a while. It don't go dead as quick as Sony. So as you said earlier, they must be using some type of cheap shit. They cutting corners and making y'all pay more than what the fuck y'all should pay more for them goddamn controllers when they're using cheap parts and shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing.
And the controllers coming straight from China.
Right.
All that cheap shit from China and charge you top dollar over here in the States.
Yeah, how you cheap out? I mean, listen, all that shit come from China. It's just that they just cheaped out on that shit. China said, oops, I forgot to put this in there. It's all about that money. They don't have the money. They obviously don't have the money to spend top dollars for a well-established controller like Microsoft have. God damn it, Nintendo controller is more well-established than theirs.
Nintendo controller is closer to the Xbox controller.
Yup.
That's how good the Xbox design is.
See, I'm telling y'all, I can break down all the fucked up shit that y'all ponies and pony by do jumping jack for Jesus over this fucking PlayStation. I can ruin y'all fucking dreams and make y'all think about that shit. Yeah, okay. You can say the Xbox had the red ring of death. You can say that. I don't care. And I can tell you, you can say about the red ring of death, but I can tell you a ton of more fucked up shit about that goddamn PlayStation 3. I don't think people realize that shit. That shit had the yellow dot, the yellow light of death. That shit went yellow when the light just go yellow. The problem with it is they just didn't reported it like they reported with Microsoft or whatever. That's why. Same thing with the OG PlayStation. That bitch, you had to turn that bitch upside down to play the fucking game. Who remember that? What type of bullshit is this? You telling me I gotta turn the game upside down just so the lens can get a reading on the goddamn disc? Because what's happening is that when you have to do that, the lens kind of like sit, fall back, fall down some. And the lens is not going back and forth. The lens is not going back and forth with the disc. It's spinning and stuff, reading the information. So you have to turn it around like the lens is sitting right on top of the disc, having the PlayStation, the old PlayStation, upside down, so the fucking lens can read whatever was on the goddamn disc. Because inside the disc has a little clip-on joint that you clip in there for that shit to spin around like that. My man said the PlayStation 5 Pro about to be $900. You ain't lying, bro. You're not lying. Not lying. People don't understand what's going on out here, man. They don't get it. I don't get it. That shit really gonna hurt. That's why I say I don't think you're gonna see next gen no time soon. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, I'm looking at 2027 or 2028. But that I don't know. That's that next Xbox and PlayStation. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a little something, man.
Yeah, that shit gonna break the bank on that one.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's gonna.
I am not looking forward to next gen at all. Like fuck that.
No, me either. That's why you gotta wait till the orange dude leave. Wait till the orange dude leave so they can try to fix.
Like 100 said, I think the next Xbox and PS6 gonna be $1,000.
I think so. I ain't gonna look
close to it.
Don't say that too loud, dog, because I think so too. I think so too.
Especially if if Microsoft do what everybody's saying they're gonna do, and make it like a mini PC, but it has Steam and all that other shit on it. Yeah, I can see it being $1,000.
Man, think about how much a handheld gonna cost.
Unless they come out with multiple SKUs like they do now. Look at they have one for like 800 that's a little less powerful, and they have one for 1,000, and then the big baller one be like 1,500.
I hope they don't.
Something like that.
I hope. Just give me, if you're gonna do that, just give us the handheld. I think that's when the handheld gonna come in at. I think that's when the handheld.
Really I can do that. Yeah. I think the handheld might be like 600-700.
Damn.
Like the ones that's out now. Like I think the ROG Ally is what 500, 600, something like that.
What about that other handheld that's coming out that's going to be using xCloud, Game Pass and shit? What was that partnership? How much that going to be?
I think that's a ROG also, ain't it? That's probably going to be like 600.
Damn.
It's going to be like the regular one, but it's going to have the Xbox probably operating system or something. Or it's going to be running Windows or something like that.
That shit going to cost a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
bro.
Gaming that shit is getting off out of hand, man.
That shit is wild.
They want to charge us $800 a game. I mean, $80 a game.
Well, did you know they did Spidey was telling me they pushed back GTA
6?
Yeah, that bitch gonna be $100 too.
Oh yeah, they waiting for
Chaos was right. To drop so Chaos was right. He was right.
Yeah, they're waiting for these tariffs to drop so they can add the extra money on top of that.
Yep.
And push it to $100. Yep.
You're gonna be like that. You're gonna be $100.
It's gonna be $100 for the regular one.
But dig the mood though.
For everything else, for all the DLC and stuff, it's gonna be like $150.
He said, "Don't get that nigga credit yet, Flip."
No, he right though.
Yo, you see, Bone, stop it. You see how much these goddamn games cost? It's going.
The regular games cost $80. GTA, yeah, that shit gonna be $100.
But listen, but listen, man, listen. That's a lot though. Again,
but 2K already charging that though.
Yo, dig the move. What if Microsoft I'm just saying, just hear me out, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and thunder niggas. Hear me out. Hear me out. What if, just what if GTA being Game Pass day one? That shit will. We're talking about that in a party. That
Man, that
shit
shit gonna break the internet.
Yep, that shit will
You
break.
know how many people gonna hate Game Pass now?
No, think about how many people gonna buy Game Pass. They're gonna use that shit like fuck it.
Well, no, they gonna use it like they're doing now, but their hate gonna be even stronger. Though. They gonna be cussing Microsoft out as the internet.
Like, what I do?
As the internet credit card now, they be cussing Microsoft out for Game Pass.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm just thinking like, yo, what if that shit happened?
No, it can happen.
Let's think about it. Apple,
If Microsoft, if the game cost them $1 billion to make, and Microsoft come out and say, "Hey, we give you $500 million for day one," I don't see 2K turning that money down. No, not 2K, but Take-Two. I think they'll take that $500 million for day one in Game Pass.
okay,
And they can still sell the game on other platforms, so
let
it's
me ask you this:
not exclusive.
How long would it be in Game Pass?
I would say they could probably pull off a year. But knowing 2K, knowing Take-Two, it'd probably be 6 months, maybe. It depends on how good they do. If they're making a lot of money, then they might push it to a year. But I say at minimum 6 months.
You know what Microsoft did and for the gaming industry that they did? You see how Sony get these, they continue on. Okay, Bone said 6 months. Everybody else, how long you think if GTA, the next GTA was to come in Game Pass, how long y'all think it would be in Game Pass? You know what Microsoft did? Microsoft did this. You know how Sony got the exclusive to the game for like a year and all that other stuff? Sitting back looking at it. That's no different than Microsoft saying, you know what? Yo, let's put this game in Game Pass. I'm not making the game. Microsoft like, well, it's not technically it's not exclusive for a year.
Not exclusive.
You can still buy the game on any platform, but we just got it
in Game Pass. Yeah.
See, that was a smart ass move they did. They have a lot of third party games in Game Pass day one.
Yep, and that's something that
you what?
I guess Sony service they can't compete with. They can't do what Microsoft doing. They can't put Ghost of Yotei and PlayStation Plus Premium day one. They're gonna lose too much money.
I'm just saying that's some real smart ass shit to do. That's very clever of Microsoft to do that. That's real clever though, dog. That's clever as fuck. Like it's like, you know what? I don't gotta do exclusive. That's cool. It's to the point where though the game again Indiana Jones and all that other stuff, or all them games or whatever, they get it. All right, we have it for like 6 months to a year or whatever. Or let's just say you know.
I think they should do that. Yeah, just they should give it to us for at least a year.
A year? If they do it, yeah.
Yeah, if they do it, at least a year.
Because Expedition 33, that's a Microsoft game.
That feels like an exclusive, don't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. And this is the thing that
people are mad at it too. They mad.
That's the thing they
so
got
me mad for.
Because I'm thinking like, wait a minute, that's a Microsoft game? No, it's because it's in Game Pass. That's what fucking me up. God damn.
Yeah, it feels like an exclusive.
It feels like an exclusive, but it's not.
They say stop wishing.
Yeah, he said stop wishing, Punisher.
No, I'm gonna keep wishing upon the star. What you talking about?
Well, hey, Bone, you know every time you say that, that shit happens.
That's the same thing you said about that handheld and what happened.
Every time you say something, dog, it doesn't happen. Keep saying, keep that same energy. So I want that shit to happen. Say that shit about GTA, dog. Fuck that. Don't give me no 6 months. Don't agree to get on our side. No, say that shit ain't gonna happen, so that shit can happen.
Yeah, so it can happen, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know
Could you imagine that GTA 6 and Call of Duty drop next year around the same time in Game Pass? That shit would be crazy.
God damn. That shit, I think the end of the world come. Fucking cats and dogs.
Yeah, it's gonna be Pony Armageddon. They're gonna be down there in Redmond with pitchforks and fucking.
They're gonna be protesting. Let my
They're gonna be mad at Phil Spencer. Boy, oh boy.
Dig the move. What if Sony signed a deal to get exclusive content from GTA, and they just let Microsoft, without the exclusive content, just have it in Game Pass? I would take that.
But nah, see, Sony ain't gonna do that.
I would take that.
Like Sony, little sneaky asses. Every time they sign a deal, they always block it from Game Pass. So if they do sign a deal with Take-Two, they're gonna try to block it and say, "Oh, well, it can't go in Game Pass."
Take-Two ain't gonna give a
for
shit.
X amount of years or something like that.
Take-Two ain't gonna give a shit. They ain't gonna do it. If Take-Two do that, that's because that's what Take-Two want to do. They ain't gonna do it because of Sony.
That's why I said if Microsoft approached them with $500 million, there's nothing Sony can do. Sony can't match that. Sony cannot match that $500 million. Microsoft dropped that bag on Take-Two.
Dog, that $500 million is a brand new IP. That's a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie to you. $500 million?
Yeah. But think about all the subs they gonna get. They gonna make that money back. Like if they can get GTA in there, and let's say Game Pass is at 35 million. If they drop GTA 6 in there, they can get an extra 10 to 20 million subs. Yeah, that shit's already paid for.
You know what I'm ready for? I'm gonna keep it real with you. What I'm ready for? I'm ready for a lot of video game company to be like a subscription base. Like Take-Two has a subscription base, like Ubisoft Plus and
No, that's not gonna work.
I would like for them to all have a subscription base.
Like they can do it, but these companies ain't pushing out enough games to justify it.
Right? Yeah,
look at Ubisoft Plus. They got their own service, but they're not pushing out games like that.
Yeah, and plus, their service on the Xbox is better than what it is on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why or what the hell is going on, but it is. It is.
Well, I think it's like that because Sony don't want to compete with their service, so they can only put it on there at a limited capacity.
But listen here, who fault is that Sony don't have a good service for gaming?
That's Sony fault.
Right, that would be a
Sony's trash.
That would be a you problem.
That's why Sony was crying in court, talking about they're gonna put Call of Duty in Game Pass and they gonna put us out of business or leapfrog us, and
but
they was in there crying and shit because they know they can't compete.
Be fair, was they lying though?
They weren't lying, but
not lying. Sony
at the time, they weren't lying.
The writing on the wall, they was not lying. That did. Look what happened with Sony now. Look where they at now.
Yeah, they hurting right now.
So Microsoft said, you know what? Listen here, Sony. We'll still give you our game, but we're not stop putting our games in Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
If that ain't a slap in the fucking face, I don't know what is. Not only Microsoft let you get some of their exclusive IP, Microsoft also still put their game in Game Pass.
Yep.
So all Microsoft doing is getting a couple more dollars from Sony, but while getting the mega bucks from Game Pass. That's crazy. Microsoft say, fuck you. Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Microsoft, they gotta They gotta put that GTA 6 in there, man. If they
Ain't
put
nobody
that in
putting
there,
no
that's
more.
like that's a nail in the
Ain't
coffin right there.
nobody putting no motherfucking GTA 6 and no motherfucking Game Pass. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck.
No,
They
we
not.
just talking hypotheticals, you know,
I'm
of
th-
what
I'm
if
hypothetical. I was
situation.
listening to y'all the whole motherfucking time. I'm hypothetical. Yeah, I was hypothetical that I was gonna find me a fat bitch tonight. It didn't happen. I was so tapped out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he lying. He lowered that camera. She laying right next to him right
This
now.
nigga stupid in the motherfucker. This motherfucker stupid, talking about, yo. This motherfucker stupid, yo. God damn.
I know 100. He lying.
That motherfucker said, Bones, I was wishing on a star and it didn't happen.
Uh,
Hell no.
hey, he had to do a whole lot of housework. I wasn't doing. I did the legal work. He had to go do the physical work. He was picking weeds out the yard and shit. I ain't doing none of that shit. I hired a gardener.
I'm not.
And then, no, we ain't. No, Texas Roadhouse ain't bad though. It's just it's like a little above. How can I say? It ain't better
Look
than
like
Norms. I ain't gonna lie.
look
It
like
ain't
your
better
house.
than Norms. Yeah, it ain't better than
Outback.
Norms. Yeah, it's a little bit better. It's better than Outback. We could take that propane and that T. I spent $36 on the T-bone. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh
you know
yeah, I
when
saw
I
that
do
picture
this,
on Twitter.
yeah, I threw thirty six
Mhm.
dollars on the T-bone porterhouse. No cheap, dog. Ain't cheap. I just
What
wanted to steak.
you
Yeah.
out what you out there cooking it or
Hang on. What's up?
No, you say he got it from Texas Outhouse.
All right, hang on, y'all. Hang on. Let me mute myself. Oh,
yeah, man. Fuck that nigga bone. That shit going to Game Pass.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit, yo.
Microsoft will drop that bag. It's a wrap. Now, what
Yeah.
they actually do it, I don't know.
That is
But
you
they got the money to do it. That's the scary part.
right. That would set the fucking internet on fire. I can see a lot of people mad.
I'm telling you,
Microsoft
they
trying to
gonna be mad while subbing for Game Pass at the same time.
how much money on. I mean, it ain't like people won't buy the game on other platforms.
No, they will, but
I don't.
before they buy it, they gonna flock to Game Pass to try it.
I think. I think. I don't know if Sony will sell more console. More sell more GTA on their console than Microsoft. I mean, when you hear GTA, dude, when the casual that hear GTA, people out there, Kirk, y'all let me know. When you hear GTA, do y'all think of PlayStation? What do y'all think of when y'all hear GTA? GTA coming out. What do y'all think of? What's the first thing pop in your head? Do y'all hear both console or do y'all hear PlayStation? That's what I want to know. How many people hear PlayStation when they hear GTA? Because the way I look at it, I mean, well, of course, it's going to be different for me because I hear both consoles. But I'm just trying to think because if people hear, if they say GTA and people think of PlayStation, that would be a good reason for Microsoft to see if they can, even if it's 6 months, if they can get GTA and Game Pass. I think that's the only way Microsoft may do it if it's not selling well on the Xbox. And I don't know. I think GTA sells better, especially the online. Well, the online is definitely better on the Xbox. What the hell is reload? Oh, that's Tom Clancy. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got here? What else we got here, Punisher? What else we got here? What else you want to speak your mind, good brother? Anybody play Adam Fall yet?
I played it. I played a little bit of it.
Adam, oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
What's the last
It
game?
was all right. It was.
What's the last game, or what game have you been playing? I should ask. I ain't asked you earlier.
Well, no, I just finished playing. I just beat South of Midnight the other day.
Okay. That's why you was MIA. You need that full control and focus on that goddamn game. That story is fucked up. That's all.
Yeah, that story is. It is kind of fucked up. Yeah. Like those mini stories that's inside the game. Yeah. Like shit. But I still think it's a great game though.
I do too.
It's unfortunate so many people haven't played it yet.
I'm hoping I want them to make a part 2, and I also want some DLC. I mean, DLC, you can be somebody else.
I don't really see them making a sequel though. I don't see it.
Why? It ain't sell well, or what you're thinking?
Well, I don't. Well, probably because it probably didn't sell well for one, and plus the way that the story ended, it's like, do we really need a sequel? If you're thinking about it,
I would think them just go ahead and just.
I can make a similar game that takes place in a different city somewhere. But as far as like a South of Midnight 2, I don't know. I don't think we really need a
I'm
sequel.
back, man. I'm gonna get high. What I do in my pipe?
Unless they can think of some more fucked up stories, then hey, go for it.
Listen here.
No, somebody said South of Midnight in Center. They should have. Microsoft should have partnered with them because that was some real deep down South type of shit.
Oh, make a
Oh, like
Yeah, no, like had that they was marketing they say marketing wise.
Oh, I thought you were saying like they would get Old Boy to make a movie of it. I can see him doing that too. I'm not gonna hold you. I can see that. I can see them making a movie out of that shit. That's some. I can see that. Would I want them to make a movie, or would I want them to make a TV show? I would want them to I would want them to make a TV show, a 1-season TV show. I think that'd be hot.
Before time, yeah.
I wouldn't make a movie out of it. I'll just make a TV show.
I ain't watched this shit yet, so
a little mini.
They say it's fire. They say the motherfucker fire, so.
Or Center crazy.
Yeah, they say that motherfucker crack. Yeah.
Ryan Coogler to make a mini TV show of South of Midnight. We'll get to see that. Not no movie, but a mini TV show.
Or you said mini TV. Rain, you sleep?
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard.
I appreciate you, Rain. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I was hearing. Oh man. Oh man.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and little thunder niggas.
And the other niggas, the OZs too.
Them motherfuckers too. Microsoft is giving you the best of the best of the best of the best. Cause Sony don't got nothing. They don't have shit. Wait a minute. Insurgent Gold Edition? Okay, because Sony don't have
Oh no.
They're like $13.
Oh, Insurgent, that's that little war game. I like that game.
Yeah, the Golden Edition.
Yeah.
$70.
Yeah, but I ain't paying no $70. Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, it's $13 right now on. Guess it's on sale. It's 13.19
Man, it's too many games.
for
That's all
those
I can say.
who
It's
want
too
to.
many.
If that's
It's
y'all.
too many games. It's too many.
It's a lot of. It's definitely a lot of fucking game. Game Pass is overflowing my cerebral cortex. What is
Man,
this? Unknown Nine Awakening?
man. Flip text me the other day. Was like, man, can I get the number to your shrink? Because I understand. Yeah, I'm having anxiety attacks. Because there's just so much stuff. There's
Man,
so much shit.
listen here, Bone Clone. Go sit your ass back in the corner. Don't come back in
Man,
here.
anybody worried about that motherfucker? That loser.
Look, how you gonna
That motherfucking loser.
disappear? Disappear then an hour and a half. They're gonna come back. Xbox is finished. He probably just said it came back just to say that, then go disappear
Yeah,
again.
yeah, he probably saw me come back. Said it. Said I was stalking. I don't. Said see. Need to go get a life. If I, you know what, Flip, that could be crap game. I was crashing out on him last week.
Who?
Oh, last week, you on crack. I was crashing out on him. He said, Xbox failed us. I said, Xbox failed us. I said, you know what? No, you're not telling the truth. Xbox don't give two about you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get these, man. It's easy to get all these dudes, man. Like the mooches and the smooches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so easy. We want a challenge, and we ain't getting no challenges. You know what I'm saying? We want some challenges. Reforge is garbage. RBG 87 is garbage. Sperm Wave is garbage. It's too easy. Was it RGBPP? Crying baby? It's too easy. It's light work for us.
He's still around?
Yeah, he's still around crying and shit.
For
He,
what?
he was mad. He was mad because Forza was in the top 5 of PlayStation played games of last month. No shit, because they ain't got shit to play. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 games, and their top 10 games is most played on their system right now.
The problem with it is, I don't. The reality is, I want to say this. I think their reality is crumbling. It's crumbling because they ran off with this epic battle in their brain that Microsoft is done. Just think about it. Microsoft was done and it was to quit. Right now, I'm looking at it like, well, shit. All them games that you see Sony will truly be a third party box. It ain't doing nothing but reverting to what Sony was when they first came out. Sony first came out, it was a third party box. But they didn't know that because they saw all them games was made by Sony. When the PlayStation 1 first came out, in all reality, it had a lot of third party games. And them third party games was games that was on Sega, Atari, fucking ColecoVision, Etch a Sketch, uh, what's that? Nintendo, so forth and so forth. And people thought that it was something new. They thought it was Sony. It was all Sony exclusive, and it's not. So I think they're disconnected with reality and not understanding that them games wasn't Sony on. You're just playing third party games that y'all kept saying, oh, them great hitters that Sony had. And in reality, Sony never really had no great hitters. They just had great third party hitters. That they again, you said it before. They companies start getting cut. The studios getting cut because them studios wasn't making no goddamn game. Microsoft come around, which
People understand.
The first some of their first party titles, they didn't even own them studios.
Right.
They
But I'm
didn't own the Zomniac at first.
no, exactly. That's why I don't think people they don't have a good grip of reality. They just don't know. They just don't know. They're under that. Sony had that perception of the game was there, and they didn't know. It's amazing to me how people get these games and they tell you in the back, or they tell you when the TV come on who make the game. When you turn on the console and the game pops on, does it not tell you who make the goddamn game?
Mm-hmm.
But they thought it was Sony. And it hurts them. The pain and suffering, deep down inside, they know they feel betrayed. They think Sony betrayed them. So instead of attacking Sony and getting on them, they want to attack Microsoft. You're attacking Microsoft and you still getting game from Microsoft. Fuck you, Microsoft, but you still playing their game.
Thank you. You're playing the Minecraft. They're playing the Sea of Thieves. You know, you wish you had State of Decay, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? My issue is what's all with these insiders. I got this insider. This insider told me this. Where's the Master Chief Collection on Nintendo Switch?
I still want to. Yeah,
Oh, brother.
I'm still waiting.
Where's this Marcus Phoenix Collection? I need to know. I thought if trust me, y'all said this shit last year. It's a whole nother motherfucking year. Tim Dog, you come on, you part of the get along gang too. You was riding out with Jazz and all them. Jazz, Red, Cole, all y'all, Gas, Crap, Mooch, y'all all was over there getting the smoke. Where are these games at? And why you keep on believing these guys ain't even batting a that they ain't even batting a negative 100. They ain't been right about Nathan. Now, if you say, oh, they came close, Flip will tell you, we'll be in the party and we'll think about some shit on our own. Using quantum physics of our heads. You know what I'm saying? Great minds think alike. But you guys don't see that type of shit. Go we're in the motherfucking Discord parties with all that fake news, lying to each other, the Jeff Grubbs and all that. You see, oh yeah, Flip, you know, he left Giant Bomb. I think he got fired, but Giant Bomb, he said he left.
Who?
Jeff Grubb, because you know Giant Bomb is owned by a parent company I didn't know they was owned by. They owned by a parent company, and another parent company sold that company, and Jeff Grubbs got his ass on. He said he never coming back to that podcast that they had on Giant Bomb. And I was like, hey, that's some y'all motherfuckers.
Who he do a podcast?
He was doing it was him, I think. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know who he was doing it with. But he was getting paid by Giant Bomb because he said he was unemployed.
So he was getting paid to lie.
Yeah. Really?
Let's just put all our cards on the table and just call it what it is. These people, these individuals, unlikely, I call them unlikely human beings, was just fucking lying. These companies were just paying them just to come up with lies. I just keep it real. They was getting paid to come up with these stories, to fabricate these fucking stories for these companies just so people can watch their shit. They are nothing more but known fucking liars. I don't give a shit if the shit was true. You're still a fucking liar because your lies outweigh the truth. Always remember that. People are quick to believe a lie than the truth. So even if they were saying some type of truth or whatever, that truth didn't cause nothing compared to the amount of fucking lies that they have. See, what they do is they will tell you a little bit of truth and mix it up with that lie. And if they say something, if they come in and they spot on with something, say Punisher said about 3 things, or we can say Punisher said 10 things that came true and that were true. But 500 of the shit that he made up and he lied, they gonna think that it's the truth because he came up with 10 things that's the truth. Oh, yeah, well, Punisher right. You gotta give it to him. He right. Nigga, he said about 500 things or 5,000 things that was a fucking lie, but you gonna give it to him because he said 10 things that was true. That's what they do.
Sometimes they just get lucky sometimes.
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Even with that, but I'm just saying, like they're just, even if they're lucky, they still, people going like, yeah, but he telling the truth. Like, what? This motherfucker done said about 5 to 10,000 things that was a fucking lie. But y'all will overlook that shit and think it's true because they said 10 things that was true or that they get. These dudes are fucking liars. They're more wrong than right. And the shit that they write about, everybody else already knew. That's the ticker. You telling us something that we already knew. Okay, we knew that already. Tell us something we don't know. Everybody heard that old expression. Okay, well, tell us something that we don't know. And the stuff that we don't know will be something that they made up a lie and people just run with it. Motherfucker was right one time and he was right one goddamn time, but 5,384 times that he lied and shit. Oh, they think that's the truth. I'm not making this shit up. Taco, IGN, GameSpot, GameStop, GameSlop, Sloppy Top, whatever the fuck you want to call this shit, the motherfuckers all be fucking liars. They get paid to lie. How many times they lied on Phil and say Phil was lying? How the fuck, how you lie and
they say about Phil every week.
That's what I don't understand. How you lie and say he was lying? And people believe you. Yeah, he did lie. What did he lie about? What? They can't even tell you why he lied or what he lied about. But he lied.
Well, if they can't sit there and say, "Oh, well, Microsoft can't communicate," their communication,
They can't market, and then they don't communicate. Then they don't get. Then about it, they employees is distraught because Phil won't let them do what they want to do. It's always something fucking negative.
Listen here, just because your capacity of understanding and translating anything that man say out his mouth is not his problem. Your communication skills is not that man's problem because you can't understand or make comprehension skill of what he said. That's your problem. Don't sit up here and say, "Oh, he lied." He lied because you didn't understand what he was talking about. I don't get it. He does that. You'll sit up there and just say, "Oh, he lied," because you can't understand what he's saying. It's crazy. Again, you're lying and say Sony sold more console, and Sony didn't even say they sold shit. Again, I said it earlier. Sony said, "Yeah, we sold about 24 million." You're at, "Oh yeah, they sold about 82 million." Who the fuck told you that? When Sony said that? Well, it's just a known fact. How is it known fact? Show me what the known facts is at. And they can't produce not one goddamn facts. I don't get that. I don't understand that. How you just come up there and just throw out numbers? Yeah, that sounds about right. Like what that lets me know that y'all sit in the room and figure out what lies y'all gonna come up with. A motherfucker makes something up, everybody on the internet running with that shit. Oh yeah, I heard so-and-so told me. Who is that? Oh, the other guy. What other guy? The guy that do the podcast. What guy do what podcast? He do the podcast with the other 3 guys. What other fucking 3 guys you talking about? What they look like? They look like men. Men? The fuck are you talking about? You know, they look like men and women. Who's these men and women you talking about? Them. They the one, yeah, they said it, and what they say was true. What? I guarantee you. Again, they cannot tell you who the hell is they what you call it, Bone? They informant. Who the fuck told y'all this? I need something to validate your story. Who told y'all this? Motherfuckers don't be understanding. It's come up with some crazy shit. Like what's the guy name? What podcast was it that you saw? You know, his podcast. Who is his? Who the fuck is your insider? How many give you credit or believe anything that you say? You can't even tell me who the fuck your insider is. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker. Because every time you tell me your insider that told you something, you was wrong. I don't be understanding that shit, yo. And these people do that. These people sit up here and make this shit up. And I can't make this shit up. I don't be getting that shit. They just come up with some weird shit. See, I told you, I told you that was going to come. I told you that was coming. No, you did not. That's not what you said was coming. Those words were not spoken out of your mouth. You said something totally different. Like y'all said, when they get called on that shit, when they get called on their bullshit, well, you just being toxic. How the fuck I'm being toxic? Because I'm telling you what you told me, and you was wrong. So where the toxic come from? How I'm toxic, and you told me that story. I'm repeating what you said. You was wrong, and now I'm toxic. I don't know where you got that from. I got it from you. These motherfuckers on here be lying their asses off, and y'all fall for it. Y'all eat it up. Y'all eat up every fucking lie that they tell y'all, and y'all run with it. Y'all have no shame of being wrong, of spreading rumors. Y'all have no shame. Well, you know, that's what was, well, he only saying that because somebody told him that. Who the fuck is that somebody? Tell me who the person that told you so I can get on that motherfucker for telling you a fucking lie. You don't want to reveal your sources because your sources is bullshit. I don't know, Punisher. These dudes is crazy out here, man. These dudes work for these websites that sit up here and tell you bald-faced fucking lie.
Yep.
And y'all eat that shit up. Y'all gobble that shit up. Gobble, 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 gobble. Y'all just eat that shit the fuck up. Y'all will be believing that shit. Then if they is right, yeah, I told you I was right. I'm always right. No, the fuck you not. You lying. You right soon as somebody else come out and said it. But didn't I say that? No, you didn't. No, you did not. All them popsicle motherfuckers, they're fucking weird. They grown ass men who sit up on popsicle and make up lies. You spread their butt cheeks and they sit on cold ass popsicle and come up with a fucking lie. And suck their fucking thumb. See, I don't think they realize the more they try to defend a dying console or defend some bullshit lie, the bad or worse that it get as time goes on. I mean, like, yo, you can't make fun of people that's in the club and you can't get in. Motherfucker can't even get in the club and they just saying crazy shit out their mouth and they can't even get in. You on the outside looking, trying to get in the club. Instead of acting normal or being normal, you'll come up with a lie. Like y'all can't give Microsoft a prop for shit. You can't just say and they be like, hey man, but it's just plastic. Well, if it's just plastic, why the fuck is you lying? If it's just plastic, when you get called out on your lies and shit, why you always say, oh, they toxic? If it's just plastic, why can't you be a man or woman enough to say, oh, I fucked up? Why can't you just stop lying? How about that? Why can't you just say, oh, yeah, you know what? I can't lie. Microsoft has some good ass game and they doing the right thing. I wish Sony was doing that. No one say that you can't play a PlayStation. No one say you can't buy a PlayStation. No one ain't say you can do that with Nintendo or whatever else console or streaming device come out. Nobody ain't never said that. Xbox dudes ain't never said that. But see, what happened is when you open up that can of whoop ass and we get on your ass, then it's a problem. I'm gonna keep saying this to the end of Sony days. I'm gonna keep saying this. It does not look good for you to be bragging about a console that has to rely on their opponent to give them games. There's no ifs and buts about it. No woulda, coulda, shoulda. You cannot clown the Xbox when they the one who giving you games.
That is a fact. They try to do
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's a fact. They try to do it anyway, but they never acknowledge the fact that Sony cancel games left and right. Or the fact that what's the damn game that's coming out? What's it, Marathon? Ain't nobody talking about.
Is it a game by Sony?
Well, it's by Bungie, and technically Sony owns Bungie, so. But there's no hype for that game at all. Nobody's talking about it. The only thing they talk about is, like you said, the Xbox games.
That's a damn shame. And that's the problem. Y'all want Xbox games so bad, y'all don't even want to play your own game. You know why y'all want Xbox game? Because they have replayability.
Yep.
They have something that Sony will continue on lacking. A good game with a good enough story mode and also an online component that is very replayable, regardless if it's repetitive or not. I can't even get that. I can't get that down. Microsoft got games that got good story.
They got a good story and good multiplayer.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy how Microsoft Studios can do both, but one of the greatest studios that they claim in the world, which is Naughty Dog, can't produce it for some reason. They can only do single player.
How can Naughty Dog continue on giving y'all the same bullshit over and over and over and over? The best game Naughty Dog got is on fucking HBO Max.
That shit is crazy too. Like,
see, I'll be trying to be nice and not break that shit down. I'll be trying to break it down slowly to them and not make nobody commit suicide. That's why I tell people, no fucking PlayStation dude on this fucking planet can debate me about Sony. I will fucking crush them. Because the fact of the matter is, y'all fucking delusional. Sony don't have not one fucking exclusive game that's a fucking big ass banger. Microsoft have multiple fucking exclusives. It doesn't make no sense. All them studios Sony had, and you telling me they couldn't produce one fucking exclusive game? That's why I keep saying Gran Turismo not even a real game. It's a figment of our imagination. How the hell is it going to be $1 billion franchise and you ain't even making money? You ain't even making a game no more. They ain't even spend the right prop. They didn't even spend the proper money on the game to make that game look the way it should look for next gen. Shit don't make no sense, man. But you got all these motherfucker tattoos, IGN, Greg Miller, all them fucking weirdo ass dudes who sit up there that's fucking lying to y'all. Lying to y'all so they can get paid. Telling y'all some bullshit story so they can get paid. Everything they say is a fucking lie so they can get paid. And y'all eat that shit up. See, we don't got to tell you no bullshit about the Xbox. We not getting paid for it. We're not saying no out of the order crazy bullshit that y'all Sony fans tell each other. Y'all not even getting paid for it. Y'all gotta have people to tell y'all lies and make y'all feel good about that goddamn purchase of that damn plastic. That inferior hardware. It's Punisher, it's so bad Microsoft had to make a game on the inferior hardware that runs good for them. Something that Sony can't do. How your opponent make a game that runs better on your console than you do, than they do? Where they do that at?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Do you understand the level of craziness that is? Oh, y'all, Microsoft, man, y'all just beta testing those games. No, we ain't beta test shit. It's just the fact that Microsoft know how to put games on an inferior console and make it run good. Your company can't. Name a fucking game that Sony made that was running smooth as butter. Name one of the exclusives that was running smooth as butter.
You can't.
Microsoft put their game on your console and got that shit running smooth as butter. And y'all can't even do that. Y'all gotta constantly make the same game over and over. Gran Turismo did not run as smooth as butter. Stop it.
Nope.
Cut it out.
This motherfucker talking about Killzone.
Didn't even run as smooth as butter.
When was the last time they made a fucking Killzone? Like,
exactly.
And now this motherfucker just throwing out random games.
But didn't even run as smooth as butter. Demon's Souls damn sure didn't run as smooth as butter. Each one of them games had some type of problem, had got an update.
So their last AAA, what was it, Spider-Man 2, I think?
Exactly.
That ran like shit. Like he didn't want to name those games.
That's why I be trying to tell people. I know you better stop playing with me with this Shadow. I know he ain't say no Shadow of Colossus.
Shadow of Colossus.
Oh my God. God of War didn't even run as smooth as butter. How the hell Microsoft got games and they giving y'all game? The same shit that y'all call well-filled paths and shit. How y'all say y'all eating over there on PlayStation. Yeah, y'all are eating. Y'all do look healthy because y'all getting some of Microsoft game. You know what I mean? And it's sad that these fools believe this shit. They go to these websites and they believe them. They believe them. That shit crazy. I ain't trying to hear that. Ratchet and Clank, they move smooth as butter. With that bullshit lie that they tell you that the power of their SSD was making it do all that bullshit and they can do that shit on a base model PlayStation 4. Stop it.
Yep. They already exposed it on PC. They put in, I think, a regular hard drive, and it still ran pretty decently. And I don't even think an SSD is required on PC, if I'm not mistaken.
And my thing is, where the fuck are them damn companies at? All them goddamn companies that they have, where the fuck are they at?
They're making games as a service.
Now you being ridiculous. You talking about Black Myth Wukong?
Black Myth Wukong.
Xbox. It ain't even on Xbox.
Well, the reason it's not on Xbox is because Sony paid for it not to be.
Yeah, Phil, and you know
Sony didn't pay for that. It would be on Xbox.
You know the funny thing is, Phil already done hint that out. They already hinted that out.
Yeah, they already said. They said they cannot comment on deals made with their partners with other platforms.
Yeah.
They said that.
They said that, like, yo, they don't got nothing to do with that.
They can't comment on that. So that right there tells you that Sony made a deal. They paid the developer. They keep it off Xbox.
Yeah. Because see, you know what they was going to do, right? They was going to try to get them to transport their copy of that game onto that platform. But when that game did not perform the way that it should have performed, come on, let's keep it real. Microsoft said, nah. I believe they was like, nah, I'm good. We can wait.
Yeah, Microsoft probably told them to fix it.
Yep. I'm good.
Hey, we ain't certifying this shit until y'all fix it.
Yeah, you ain't
because the game didn't run good on PlayStation or PC.
And in the words of the homegirl, as she always, the homegirl Jeannie, as she always like to mock her whatchamacallit, I forgot the name of the movie. Don't put that shit on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that
what is it, the Waterboy? Ricky Bobby?
No, whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit movie. I can't think of it right now. With Will Ferrell.
Oh no, it's Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, with Will Ferrell.
That was Waterboy. Bobby Boucher. Yeah, Ricky Bobby, that was that race car movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. And it's still Black Wukong still can't run good. But y'all believe these fuck boys that be making shit to try to put money in their pocket from their little magazines and shit, their little website, and tell you lies. Motherfuckers sit up here and lie and shit. Lie their ass. Completely just lie. Motherfucker can't even be honest with themselves. It's to the point, even when they're not working at IGN no more, they still lie. It's like reality. Y'all don't want to get a good grip of reality. Just say it. Xbox is better. Just say it. That's all you have to do to say it. If you have truth within yourself and you express it and you just say it. I can't lie. Xbox is doing the damn thing. They better. We don't got nothing that can compete with them. They have too many games right now. They got so many games, we want the game. Y'all been wanting Xbox games since the OG Xbox. Y'all been wanting them games. Since the OG Xbox, y'all been wanting them games.
You just don't want to spend the money to get it.
And the problem, and the fact of the matter is, even the old Xbox games, the stuff from back then, the hardware that the PlayStation had back then couldn't run the Xbox game. You understand? Every generation comes around, PlayStation can never run none of the Xbox games. How about when the PlayStation 4 Pro came out and they couldn't play us on Street Fighter on the tournament? They had to put it on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They went back to the 360, I think.
Yeah, right.
Well, how you go from the PS4 back to the 360 for the tournament?
Or Pro back to the 360. That's what I don't understand. Like, yo, like y'all didn't see this coming. Like the black people told these white people about Donald Trump. We told you this was going to happen. And I'm going to tell y'all this. We told y'all that Sony was going to do this, that this was going to happen. We told y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen. We told y'all. We said this was going to happen. We said it. Sony is fucking with y'all with smoke and mirrors. And now look at y'all. Just like this fucked up ass economy, y'all fucked. Y'all been fucked. Sony been lying to y'all for years. Y'all thought y'all was sitting up there living your best life. Sony tried all kind of gimmick to sell that piece of shit box they had. They had y'all blowing on the controller, sucking dick. They had sex toy, playing your little booty hole. They gave y'all VR so y'all could go in there and play with animation titties and shit. Every fucking peripheral Sony had, y'all tried to use that as a sex object. And y'all didn't get nowhere. Every peripheral they had, it didn't even sell. It ain't even successful. Where the hell is VR 2? Where the hell is VR 1? Where the hell is the Move? Why you not blowing in the controller no more? What happened to your camera? The PlayStation is truly the perverted station. PlayStation 3, y'all get on that motherfucker, get butt naked, and play poker. How I know? Because I was on that. I said, what the fuck? And that shit
Get butt naked? What the?
Yeah.
Play poker? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're playing strip poker. 2 white girls and stuff. I'm sitting there looking like, what the fuck? Then I seen the white boy ass. I said, oh, hell no, let me get out of here. And then little ding dong. I said, let me get the fuck out of here. I'm done. They looked at me like I was in the wrong for having clothes on. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Man, you freak ass motherfuckers. Shit. That's probably where OnlyFans came from. Shit.
I know, right? Right, you got the idea. Aside from what is that? What was that? That was on. What was that? Periscope or some shit you was on?
Yeah.
That's probably where they get the idea from. Periscope or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? You can, again, you can't talk about none of the stuff that Microsoft had that fell because they're still making money. Their company's still making money. They have money to buy these other companies so they can make y'all buy the game from them. If that is not the smartest and genius thing to do to your opponent, fuck it. You want to the right to Call of Duties and all that stuff? Fuck it. Oh, here you go. But you gotta pay me. How you buy a fucking company and make your opponent buy it from you? How? The motherfucker said, I ain't greedy. I'm gonna let you get it. These motherfucker picked up an Xbox controller. They ain't know how to act. Man, I swear, man. Y'all funny though, man. Y'all funny. But we're gonna end this podcast. I hope one day y'all wake out of the delusional dream and think it's Sony gonna make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? I
think Sony pretty much done from here on out.
I hope. I'll look here.
I don't see them recovering. Like if I'm gonna say if Marathon flops, if Fair Games flop, and that like games as a service that they're making with that Horizon franchise, and those games flop, yeah, I think that might be the end of PlayStation. And they can't take too many more flops.
I'm telling you, I said it before, and I'm gonna keep saying this too. Again, Sony will become a fucking streaming device. They're gonna become an app. I'm sorry, a fucking app.
No,
Fucking
I don't
app.
even think that. I think they really gonna become just a regular third party developer.
Yeah, they can become that an app that's gonna be on the Xbox that you can play the PlayStation game. They're gonna be a fucking app. They're gonna become nothing but a fucking app.
I think you talking about it. Microsoft gonna become the next Sega. No, I think that's Sony's future.
Yeah. Sony already heading that way. They heading that way.
Because they can't get their games and servers off the ground. The hardware is declining, and they rely heavily on that hardware. And if the hardware is declining,
that hardware is not making no money like people think. Yeah. That shit ain't
making They ain't making no money off the hardware.
I don't know why people think that's the best thing that's selling in Sony. No, that's not. And listen here, I'm gonna say this one thing before we roll. If the PlayStation division was making as much money as people think it was, and it was keeping Sony alive, why the fuck Sony kicked them apart? Why the fuck they say stay in America? Why they say make the home base in America? Why they separate them? Those are questions that people don't want to answer. Why they do that? Why would you do that? And it's making money for them. Why? Because it never was. See that shit. Sony taking a long ass L. They took one this generation. They had nothing to show for it. That's sad. When Sony doing so bad, Microsoft had to give them game. They ain't had
the reason why they was fighting tooth and nail for Call of Duty.
They ain't had to give them that shit. Phil said it before. We don't gotta get them this. We don't gotta get them game for us to be successful. They been said that.
No, they don't. The only game they was obligated to get in was Call of Duty.
And they really
that was it.
They could have went back on that. Like, we ain't giving you shit. They just did it so they don't look like the bad guy. That's the thing people don't understand. They did that so they don't have to look like, so people won't look at them like they the bad guy.
Which they already do. So if I was Microsoft, I just lean into it. Fuck it. Like, yeah, I'm the big bad villain of the industry. And we ain't giving PlayStation shit.
Right. Well,
PlayStation will do it to them. That's all,
Yeah, you're right about that one. Sony would have did it. Sony did. But see, it's different because Sony would have had to do it. They would have had to do it. Consider the state, the status and where they at right now, Sony would have had to do it. They'd have had no choice but to keep all them games and make them games exclusive. They'd have had no choice. They had no choice. They couldn't make the game third parties or Microsoft make them a first third party game. They couldn't do that. Sony wouldn't been able to do that. They wouldn't be able to make them third party. That would not look it wouldn't have helped them out. Sure, people would have played the game, but Sony wouldn't did it. Sony need much more people to come on over to their platform to validate the purchases of that console. Well, people, I'm going to just ask for y'all to like, share. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like and share. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for coming out.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, that's it. Damn, I knew it was something. And if y'all want some blue chews, y'all know what to do. Hit Bone up for the blue.
Hit Bone up. Yeah,
I don't know.
He the blue chew man right there.
I appreciate y'all coming out and rock with us or whatever. Holler at y'all next week. Peace out.